All right, everyone. Hope everyone is having a great day. Welcome back to AQUATHON Day 2. So we're going to be starting out strong with the new Super Mario Bros. Wonder Race between Saria and NM Speedrun. So before the race starts, just wanted to shout out NM's dad for donating a huge $100 with no comment. So huge shout outs to NM's dad. And with that, we reached our $400 goal. So increase that stuff to $500, and yeah, this is gonna be very hype. So I'm going to throw it over to Spaz and Muffin, our commentators for today. So yeah, let's do this. Thank you so much, guys. Take it away.
All right,
What's up, guys?
Thank you, Ghost.
All right.
So the timer for this game will start once both players have hit OK. So I'm assuming that both of them are ready. So I'm just going to go ahead and count down. 3, 2, 1, go. That
And seems like they don't really want to start yet.
Okay,
Oh,
they
okay.
did. Cool. It's just a bit delayed. Makes sense.
All good.
So
though.
yeah. So this is Wonder. I'm sure many of you are familiar with the game, at least in a little bit. But the category they are racing is all royal seeds, which is essentially the any percent glitchless category.
It's also probably the most popular category, as the any percent category has a, I wouldn't really say tricky, but it can be very annoying glitches to perform.
Yeah, it's definitely a barrier that is kind of definitely finicky.
Yeah.
I personally have not played around with them, but I know from the people who have, it's a little tough to actually get right and get consistent and everything.
Yeah, but a big
So you're
thing
gonna
in this game. Oh, sorry, Ethan.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say that usually runners kind of struggle a lot with World 1, so it's kind of big, heavy reset. But since it's a no reset, we will be seeing both runners just going through World 1 and kind of most of the worlds pretty easily.
Yeah. So you saw both runners get the elephant power up, and that is going to be helpful through all of World 1 and into the first Petal Isles segment. You also see that they are collecting some purple coins, and that is to not only allow for them to collect seeds from shops during the world, but also to be able to unlock paths that they need to get through, and we'll be seeing those later on.
We'll also be seeing them optimize small coin. I don't know if you just talked about that, but the small coins can actually play a lot in kind of the routing, and in some cases, if you actually don't have enough, it could potentially either cost you a run or you'll lose a lot of time trying to find another royal seed. So some coins are pretty tight, but I'm pretty sure we'll be fine today.
Yeah, for sure. The purple coin routing is maybe the most interesting kind of part that makes the routing overall, in my opinion, kind of different, interesting, and you don't really have a lot of games where that is something you do.
Yeah. But
because the shops are very fast, and ideally you can go as many as possible without losing a lot of time by getting coins out of the way.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say.
Yeah.
And it looks like runners are just neck and neck right now. Not too many different things are going to be happening in kind of World 1. It's kind of pretty just I'd say like a breeze to get past. It's mainly the Petal Isles and many things that we'll see a difference in.
Yeah. There's really World 1 has kind of got a lot of cutscenes and some less interesting levels, I'd say. And so when you're doing runs, a lot of people aren't really a big fan of it. But during this race, when
but it is
they're just
actually
doing a,
pretty easy to mess up World 1 and actually have to reset, which is really annoying.
Yeah.
And it looks like both runners are not going to struggle with actually getting that first coin, but it can actually be difficult in some cases. The especially right here on the third coin, the acorn enemy. I don't know what that's actually called, the skedaddler, but It
Yeah.
could actually hit you, which it is really unfortunate because you don't get an elephant on well actually into the next level, but it's still pretty annoying. Have to go for a backup.
Yeah, it's honestly a really cool strat. It was found fairly early, and
Yeah.
it's definitely flashy. It can be pretty hard to actually get comfortable with and make it quick, but both runners did it pretty well. Overall, they've been doing pretty well so far.
Yeah, with just a minor bonks and kind of turnbacks, but it's all right. Nothing too crazy. They're still neck and neck.
Yep. So now we're gonna see them sort of warp over to the main section of
And we'll also have our
of
first of many cutscenes. Sorry.
no,
But yeah,
no,
we're
all good. I
finally
was just gonna say that yeah, they're gonna warp over to Pedalot or the main part of Pipe Rock Plateau, and there is sort of a 3D section and gives you
yeah.
various options to go, but the fastest route, at least through this section, is pretty clear and has been for a while. So you're gonna see them both do the same thing, and that's basically what's gonna happen through the whole run, where there will be options, but there's some that are just faster and that they'll be doing.
A big one that we'll be seeing is actually no runners will be going for jet run as it's more of like a really like expert route to take. So we'll see both runners going for fast dash in World 4. So until then, it's gonna be just relatively like normal speed. But if you've seen like other top runs, many runners go for jet run, and it only saves around 20 seconds compared to fast dash. So not really too like crazy, but it's still a big difference.
Yeah, it's definitely significant, and it's definitely harder as well. I mean, part of that is just the fact that you would need to relearn basically the whole route,
Yeah,
which kind of dissuaded a lot of people to learning that route. But more top runners are using it now. There is a lot of debate over the first couple months of this game
yeah,
about whether Jet Run is faster because you have to go, I think, like 2.5 minutes out of your way to even get it.
yeah. It's just
But it does
unnecessarily
make
leveling.
every level faster.
Yeah. And actually, this Batch House out of many, it's just really just cutscenes. You're not gonna really
Yeah.
see any gameplay from these type of levels because it's just cutscenes. And that's kind of the unfortunate thing about this game that makes it so long. It's just the amount of text boxes and cutscenes they have, which make it also a big way for players not to like really play and just go off back to their games, which kind of sucks. But
Yeah, but I think overall the power-up routing, the badge routing, it does definitely make it pretty interesting. And we're going to be seeing sort
yeah,
of the ramifications, I guess, of the decisions that they make later on. So
yeah.
now, of course, they have the parachute cap badge that they got in that last badge challenge, and they're going to
Which
be using that a few times here.
it'll be the main badge until they get to World 4, I'd say. You'll see this one a lot. They will be using other ones throughout, but mainly the actual parachute badge is probably the most used and probably my favorite, honestly, especially when I was doing my casual playthrough.
Oh, I used it all the time. Yeah.
Yeah. But easy hopos from Saria. NM having a little bit of a struggle going for the royal seed there, but it's alright.
So you'll see that both runners, well, I guess you might not be able to see right now, but you will see that they both have over 100 purple coins, and that will allow them to buy their first shop seed in World 1 here. But
Yeah.
first, they're going to do a couple shorter levels, which are, a little less interesting than some of the ones we've already seen.
Yeah. That's also another thing that Wonder brings into the equation. Has a really lot of short levels, like these tune ones where it's just like quick little 5-second ones in it. Sorry, I kind of actually messed up a little bit there, having to go back twice to grab the second coin, but gonna easily be finishing out.
Yep. Now, this next level is perhaps the most talked about IL because it's very interesting and everyone really loves it. and the timing makes a lot of sense, and it's really cool to optimize. Um, so get ready
Really
for hurry,
interesting.
hurry. Ready for this?
Wow. I hope. That is actually kind of crazy. And
Wow.
NM actually gonna optimally getting this seed faster than Saria. Not that it really matters, but it actually kind of saved a little bit of time there.
Yeah, you can swing the trunk and get it a little bit earlier than otherwise.
Yeah.
And so
And
now both runners will have 10 Wonder Seeds, which will allow them to reach um, this Wiggler race, which is blocked off, and sort of the whole reason why they had to do the levels that they did.
I wonder if they're gonna go for the star strat.
I wonder, yeah.
Yeah, because when I first found this out, it was actually very interesting how the whole Wiggler works on a kind of, it's not really timer. It's more of like your placement with him, and it's kind of the first time they've done this in like any Mario game, where they've given you an assist if you're doing bad, other than like, I'd say Nabbit is the closest thing, but in a race like this, it's kind of interesting, and we'll see Saria be going for it, which is nice.
Oh, they both are nice.
Oh, nice. So both are
I
going for
believe, I believe getting the star there saves up to like a second and a half, if it's done sort of properly and well. They're gonna try and get another star to continue
Yeah.
chaining it throughout most of the level, and
It looks like
both
NM
have.
missed it.
Oh,
NM missed the last one, but I think Saria was
it
able to
doesn't
keep
really
it.
matter, I don't think.
It actually does. I actually noticed the difference when I was playing with it out. It loses around like half a second though, so it's not too big, but
Okay.
you do keep the star longer if you get the last
Yeah, you're
one.
right. You're right. Good call.
Yeah, as you can see here, NM's just a little bit behind because he didn't get that last star, so he'll be losing at least 0.7. But yeah, very easy Wiggler. And the next level here, Hopos, it's kind of an auto scroller, but it can also be actually really annoying if you aren't paying too close attention to the jumps. As some of the blocks that are spawned can actually either crush you or kind of hit you off. But hopefully both runners are able to lock in and get through this express.
Yeah. There's not really going to be a whole lot to talk about here.
Yeah.
Like, there are definitely some sections that can be optimized, like grabbing that Wonder Flower in the first place.
Yeah.
Both of them did it pretty well. But yeah, overall, they're just going to try and collect as many purple coins as they can, which is sort of one of the main draws to doing this level in the first place.
Yeah, just a quick little fun fact. If you pick up kind of any power-up that isn't, I'd say, better than like an elephant or bubble, you'll actually get a purple coin in your inventory, I'd say. Like right there, Saria picked up 2 mushrooms and got 2 actual small coins, which is actually really nice.
Yeah, it's super helpful, and I don't remember if it's really used outside of this level to get an extra one, but it is definitely nice to have.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
no,
we are
NM.
going to see NM getting hit by the Hopo right there. That is kind of unfortunate, but it is okay because it's not the next level, but the castle level, he can actually get an elephant backup, which should be fine.
Yep, and the next level is a badge challenge anyways, so he won't even have a power-up for that. So it looks bad, but this game is fairly forgiving with power-ups in most cases.
Yeah.
There's definitely some parts of the run which will get tricky, but he's doing okay.
Yeah, not too bad. And actually, wall climb, I'd say, is kind of a tricky level in the beginning too. As to make this level fast, you have to go on a certain cycle, and if you miss it, the game is kind of punishing for it, I'd say. At least when I've done it, but it looks like Saria is going to easily be going through it, even though having a little bit of a struggle in the beginning. And then
oh no,
we'll be falling down, as I just kind of talked about the cycle, but it kind of looked like he could have made it. But he is going to be going for 3rd coin, actually. So that's interesting to see.
yeah,
Kind of loses him a lot of time No, not a lot, but
I think
sorry.
it's 2 or 3, but I like, just having extra purple coins will make the rest of it a little bit easier because it'll mean that NM has to do a bit less to get the same amount of purple coins as Saria,
Yeah,
coming up. So
definitely
we'll
making it
see.
a lot more
See how they.
easier and like
Yeah,
leeway.
yeah. We'll see. I guess which other coins Saria does that NM doesn't.
Yeah, and it looks like this Pipe Rock Palace is actually kind of clean
Yeah,
from
Saria's doing a
Saria.
good job here.
Oh, but he is gonna be going for a backup elephant.
Okay, fair enough.
Always nice to have one in the backup.
Yep.
And very tight movement from Saria, and very just simple movement from Eminem. Almost getting hit, but thankfully not. Not gonna be going for the backup elephant.
At this
But
point, a backup isn't too necessary. Be
yeah,
curious to see if they end up needing it, because then of course Saria will be feeling pretty good about his decision. But after
yeah,
this, you really only need Elephant for 1 or 2 more levels. Um,
yeah. Actually, true. Because then we'll be switching to Bubble, which Bubble actually has some really nice movement. We'll be get to see
oh,
later.
it's awesome! It's awesome.
It's probably the
Um,
number one reason why people ran the game was because of Bubble, just because of how nice that movement is.
yeah.
At least in
So
my opinion, I'd say.
this boss fight is really interesting. You see both of them
Yeah.
basically just hitting Bowser Jr. with the trunk. Um, it's like it's pretty interesting because the way that Bowser Jr. is like coded to basically like move between the phases and go back to regular height, so you can hit him. It's pretty strange, but it makes optimizing it really interesting. And
Yeah.
it's not quite like other Mario games where it's basically just an auto scroller that can't really be optimized,
Oh,
because it really can be.
yeah. And I was gonna say there, sorry, I actually did the fight really fast, but NM losing just a little bit of time because he wasn't able to hit Bowser Jr. in his little window before he jumped, but it's all right. It's not gonna lose
Yeah,
him too much time.
it
But yeah,
happens. It's definitely
yeah,
a pretty easy one to screw up, but again, it's a very long category.
yeah.
Um, these couple seconds, they're important. They matter, but it's not the end of the
And
world.
in a race, it's not really too big. It's more of just like the
Yeah.
minutes that between them matter. But unfortunately, we were not going to be seeing as much Bowser Jr. as the game only has 4 actual fights with him out of the 6 worlds it has, which kind of short and it's not really a lot, but it's alright. And that'll probably be the easiest Bowser Jr. fight I'd say we'd see in this whole game. It's very simplistic and
I'd
very
say so.
easy because
Yeah.
the next ones can be very annoying, especially
Yeah.
the World 2 one.
Oh, yeah. So it
Yeah.
looks like Saria is about 10 seconds ahead of NM right now. So overall, considering how long this game is, that's pretty close. There's lots of time for them to
Yeah.
narrow this gap a little bit, or
At
you know.
least like even bring it like closer.
Oh yeah.
But 10 seconds is nothing, as you said. But this is probably going to be our longest cutscene in the whole game, which is really annoying because it's just after World 1. So you kind of sit here for 2 minutes scrolling through text boxes. But it's kind of it. And then the Pedal Isles, actually, this world, I'd say it's very interesting. The movement is kind of nice, especially with, we'll be seeing some water levels. And at the end, we'll be getting a nice little special power up to continue on to World 2. But not really
Yeah.
much is going to happen here because we'll have another
Yeah,
badge house. But we will
yeah, they're
be
gonna
seeing
be
another badge, actually. I just forgot.
yeah, dolphin kick. I like it a lot. It's pretty fun to do. It really kind of changes up, I guess, how a lot of Mario swimming games really
Yeah.
do it. It is fast. It can be optimized in a more interesting way, I'd say, than most other games. It's So I really like it. I'm a big fan. We're going to be seeing in this next level, they're going to be able to get all 3 10 coins along with a bunch of single purple coins
Yeah.
as well. So we'll be curious to see how many they can get.
Yeah.
Saria with a pretty clean mushroom grab. Of
I was
course, you
about to
need to
say
get
that,
the
yeah.
mushroom to break those brick blocks to actually get the thing started.
Yeah, that's kind of an actually interesting how Nintendo kind of forced a mushroom in almost every badge level.
Yeah.
But yeah, sorry, gonna be kind of making it look easy. The swimming in this level is actually probably could be more optimized, I'd say, in the actual run, but here, Sari's gonna be showing it off like it's nothing. And what's nice about the 10 coins is that they're kind of on, I'd say, a cycle, so it doesn't really matter when you pick them up as long as, you know, you swim to the end of the level and you pick them up. And they
Yeah.
never really change positioning, so that is also a nice thing. And easy dolphin kick from Saria.
And I'm doing a good job at grabbing as many single coins as he can.
Yeah, definitely helps out a lot in the long run.
Oh yeah.
And easy dolphin kick from both players. Very nice. And actually that end section, I'd say, can actually be quite annoying. Having to jump out of the water and then jump back out and making sure it all kind of connects smoothly and not really losing
Definitely
time.
strange, yeah.
Yeah.
I still don't really fully understand it.
Yeah.
There's a
And-
few different things you can do, and they're all basically the same speed. I think. Hard to say.
Yeah. I'd say it is, yeah. But Robird Cove is actually a pretty interesting level, but it is kind of a very heavy reset level, I'd say. It's very easy to kind of get hit here and lose elephant because of these birds and some of the later enemies in this level. But
Yeah,
kinda
it's
gonna
very
be kind of a
easy
breeze.
to get hit for sure. And keeping elephant into the next level can help and is faster, but it's also fairly hard to do. It's not
Yeah.
exactly required, and it's only really needed for the very beginning. You'll see
And-
Saria there after grabbing, hitting that little flower, goes and breaks a bunch of the brick blocks before grabbing the flower, and that's because he'd essentially have to wait for the flower to get to him if he just went and waited for it already. And so by breaking the brick blocks, it means that getting through that section to go get that 10 coin is a lot easier and less likely to kind of bonk.
Yeah. And it looks like NM actually got hit there at that section, unfortunately. And he is going to go for the 10 coins still. Very interesting play, I'd say, after being at least 10 ahead. But it's still nice to always make sure.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he'll probably try and opt out of a more difficult one later on.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm not entirely sure how much time you lose by going for it without elephant, but in the long run, it's not really going to matter too much, and I think just having that coin is going to be really helpful for him.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, because I could definitely pick out some like 10 coins that I knew that that definitely struggled with.
Yep,
So-
for sure.
Yeah, and right here they're gonna go up to a shop and buy another Wonder Seed, and gonna be making sure we equip a badge, the wall climb badge that we saw back in World 1. And
Yeah.
this level is actually pretty nice with it, I'd say, especially with. Sorry, you
I
can.
think it's definitely one of the most popular levels. From what I've heard, people like really, really enjoy it. There's a few levels that everyone, who does ARS and even any percent, I guess. There's a
Yeah.
few that they really enjoy, and this is always sort of one of the first ones that they mention.
Yeah. The
I think it's
movement's
just the
very
vertical
like
movement.
clean. Yeah.
Yeah,
But both
feels
runners not going to be going for the fast elephant strat to grab bubble, but it's not really too fast. It's just something cool. Only saves like really a second.
it's
But,
definitely harder, but yeah.
Yeah.
Saria is not grabbing a backup bubble. I think that's interesting. I'm curious to see
Yeah, I
how that
would've-
works out for him and if he's gonna end up using elephants.
And it looks like
somewhere.
NM didn't even grab bubble.
Interesting. He can grab two
Or
in this
he got
next
hit.
room.
Yeah. He can
Um,
still grab bubble, but
I'm
It's definitely-
assuming that's what he's gonna do.
Yeah. And Saria is not going to be going for these little coins. Only just a few of them, but picking up the little coins could help, but you need to pick up at least 10 to even make it worth it. So
Yeah, the
it's
Wonder
either-
section is interesting, for sure.
Oh, that's
Um,
interesting. I did not know that strat from Saria. But looks like NM will be picking up all the little coins.
Yeah, fair enough. If you, it's possible to get up to a 78 on the timer by the time you get to the Wonder Seed, which does save a lot of time, but it also means that you miss out on some of the purples. So I think it's
Yeah.
completely reasonable for both runners to avoid doing the fast strats there and just try and collect
Yeah.
as many purples as possible, because it is definitely hard. It's pretty tricky to learn.
Yeah.
And
Losing
it
kind of
does
7
look cool,
seconds
though.
there is not too much, yeah. But
Yeah.
it's mainly coins that they want to watch out for this race. Because it's not really the time, it's more of the coins that could play to effect of the runs.
And the last thing you want to do is end up near the end of the run and realize you don't have enough, and so you kind of need to
Yeah.
flounder and just basically look for a new one that you haven't really practiced.
Especially in World 5.
Yeah.
Because I know the shop there is really tight. So
Yep.
definitely having enough coins helps.
Yeah.
Excuse me, sorry.
So World 2 is very reliant on the bubble power-up that they have picked up from the last level.
Also,
You're gonna be
beautiful
seeing it
level, just to
used
say.
very, very often. Oh, I like World 2 a
Beautiful
lot.
world, yeah.
It is cool, yeah.
But kind of just text boxes with these first two things with the badge house, and I don't know.
Immediately we'll see two different routes. We're gonna
Oh,
see
I was just
Saria.
about to say the
go-
two routes. Yeah, going
Yeah, we're
into
gonna be
Pokey
seeing-
Pass.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh yeah. Well, so the main difference also is that some runners either take I forgot what the level is already, but it's the one on the bottom left, and it is kind of a more easier strat, but not strat level. But this level is actually faster just by a little bit. So runners actually shifted to doing Pokey Pass and kind of a few other royalties, so it's gonna be nice to see. But I was just talking about NM actually will be doing that level. So we'll be seeing two different strats, which is nice. More of an updated strat from Saria, and kind of more of the beginner one from NM.
Yeah, the key difference is that Saria is going to end up doing Wall Climb 2, which is very difficult, especially if you're trying to optimize it, but it does allow you to get 30 purple coins, and the break time that NM will end up doing after this level is much shorter. It's very short and easy to optimize, but you don't get any purple coins from. So it ends up being a little bit faster to end up to do the levels that Saria is doing, and you end up with more purple coins.
Yeah.
But again, it's much harder.
Much harder, and definitely could lose him some time, which definitely could help out in NM's benefit and getting just back ahead.
Yep. So we'll see how Saria does here,
Yeah.
because it is a very flashy level. It looks really cool when
Yeah.
it's done well. So I'm hoping
Definitely.
we can see some clean movement here, because it's also cycle based, and so if you screw up kind of
Oh.
earlier on, the entire thing. Oh,
Just as you spoke,
Yeah.
mine already fell down, but it's alright. It's not really too bad, as it's the kind of the beginning.
I'm
and kind
curious
of
to see how the cycles work out here.
yeah. I mean, I'm just gonna be waiting a
This-
little
this
bit, not
jump will
gonna
be
trying to
hard
take it
now.
risky. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely this level is pretty brutal. And it looks like Star is just gonna be taking it safely and easily and getting it through. Nice.
Completely understandable, especially for a race.
Yeah. And I'm gonna be getting through out my way. I was gonna say, but in the end there, you do kind of have like a little auto scroller, so another reason why runners don't do it. It takes a little bit while to actually do the level. So, but he is gonna have a nice little break time, as Muffin said. That,
Yeah.
should really only be like around 5 seconds.
Oh, it's nice and short.
Yeah. Switching back to the parachute badge too. And nice little easy break time. Yeah, all you have to do is kind of just kill that enemy there, and you get the Wonder Seed. And Condart's Away is actually not probably the most fan favorite level, I'd say, in the speedrun. It can be pretty annoying, but sorry, I was gonna be going for a backup right there,
I see. Okay.
which definitely is a very smart play.
Yeah, I
And
was
gonna be
wondering what he was gonna end up doing. I guess that makes sense.
yeah,
Nice coin grab there with the shell.
for sure, yeah.
I could never really figure that out, to be honest. It does
Yeah,
save a little bit.
I don't know. I found it pretty easy to do. I watched
All right.
Josh's video, but this section actually, Zarya, for this Wonder section can actually be pretty annoying. As for grabbing the Wonder Royal Seed, actually, this bird, as you've been seeing throughout the whole level, is kind of on a little global cycle. So that's
Yeah.
really annoying.
You can
But
manipulate it a little bit by waiting like Sarya just did.
yeah,
Which makes it a little bit faster. But the other thing is that these bumpers that you're seeing on NM screen are also on a global cycle. So it means that you can mess up a little bit
right.
earlier in the level and still be just as fast overall. Now, there is a faster cycle that you can get, and you can still
Ooh.
get the same purples, but that is very, very hard. People rarely are able
And
to
then
do
was
that.
kind of figuring with the bird right there. Kind of struggling
Yeah.
just a little bit, but it's all right. And thankfully had the good reaction time to kill that bird because he almost got hit there. Which I don't know if he has a backup bubble. I'm pretty sure he does.
He does, yeah.
Yeah. But going into here, the first level that everyone popped off with is jump, jump, jump. And the reason why is because of the bubble power up. As you see here, the runners will probably just be skipping majority of the level because of the bubble power up. Yep, just from Sorry right here. He's just gonna be scaling up the whole basically level with the bubble, grabbing all the 10 coins as he can too. But he will be playing it safe actually,
I think
which
that's
is
completely reasonable. Get as
yeah,
many purples as possible early on.
yeah, definitely taking it safe too, because
Yeah.
the strat can kind of actually mess you up right there on that second coin. If you're too slow or not enough high, you could actually either bonk or just completely miss it, which can kind of cost you the run. So you definitely wouldn't want to do that in a race, kind of, because it's not really too much faster, but it saves time, but it's not really worth it.
Yeah. This is definitely one of the more famous levels, especially for people who don't run the game, I guess. It definitely takes some time to learn, but once you're really comfortable with the bubble power-up, it's not too hard at all,
Yeah.
especially if you are trying to just get all 10 coins. Now, you can get all 10 coins um, without like losing any time and waiting, but that is also pretty hard. It requires
Yeah.
very kind of tight movement and being very comfortable with the bubble.
Yeah, you also
So
have
it's
to learn
completely
how to
reasonable for them to
crouch.
not do. Yeah, it's rough.
But puffy lifts going into it can be a pretty easy actually level right there. The only kind of hard part I'd say is actually the beginning is getting actually past that block because it's actually a little bit too high for you to jump over. So you either have to use like your parachute or the bubble power up to get over it. But Sorry is going to be making it look like it's just another day and freely going through the level.
Yeah.
Also, right here with the shell, that's kind of cool how you have to move, kind of, I'd say, utilize the physics of the block, like these puffy lifts, and kind of lower it so then you can kick the shell and get the coin in the tightest gap that you can. But no problems from both runners so far in puffy lifts. With NM still just a little bit behind. But he's kind of made some time up, I'd say. He's not too
I
far
think
behind
so.
now.
I think part of that is the fact that he did Outmaway instead of Pokepede.
Yeah.
I think that's part of it because Saria does have a lot more purples than NM, and so that'll benefit Saria quite a bit later on. But
Mm-hmm.
still lots of time, and it's kind of nice to see that they're pretty close right now.
Yeah, and we'll actually be going into our first longer auto scroller, which is going to be um, the first airship of the game too. They have two of them, and I'd say this one is probably the most boring one, as nothing really happens here. It's kind of just a snooze fest.
I think so. I believe both of them will go for all three 10 coins.
Oh
Two
yeah,
of them you have to actually go into a different room for, and the second one in particular um, can be optimized and
yeah,
done quickly, despite the whole level being an auto
yeah.
scroller. So it'll be curious to see how they do that. But otherwise, there's really not a whole lot going on here.
But they will both be entering the kind of the second star coin, not star coin, but 10 coin room, because it brings them across the level faster. I'd say that's like one way to put it.
Yeah. Yeah, it does overall save time to go in that room, even if you don't get the coin. But entering the room quickly is something that can be difficult,
Yeah.
particularly because you need to break some blocks with these firework dudes. I have no idea what they're called.
Yeah, I've never like found out the name for them.
I don't
But,
think I've heard anyone ever talk about them.
yeah, definitely an interesting enemy though.
Oh yeah.
But I think the optimal way that I've seen runners do it is that they've taken one of the firework dudes from the first area and then kind of kicked it over
no.
here. But it looks like Sari is going to be messing up a little bit. Not going to be going for the coin actually.
Interesting. Okay. I think that is actually faster to not go for it if you screw it up like that.
Yeah,
Only
maybe
by a
though.
little bit, but it will mean that he will most likely need to compensate somewhere else with another coin.
Yeah. So it's kind of unfortunate, but
Oh, and I'm doing the exact same thing.
oh
Wow.
no, those runners. But
Okay,
NM
he's
will
still
be.
gonna go for
Oh
the.
no,
Is he?
NM.
No, he's not. All right.
Oh yeah.
Very interesting.
So kind of scratch what we said earlier about the second room. We won't be seeing it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But yeah. This wonder section is probably the only interesting thing you're gonna get out of it because Bowser kind of takes the head of the ship and starts kind of sniping you, I'd say in a way. But other than that, it's nothing really too much.
Yeah. You can. Um, I'm not sure if Sari is gonna be able to. No, I don't think he. Maybe.
No, yeah,
I think he still can.
Yeah, he could have.
Where you can get. Wait, no, never mind. I think he's missing out on one coin. But when Spaz mentioned earlier how you can optimize sort of these coin fragments, I guess.
Yeah.
This is one of the places where it's especially obvious because you can, if you do it all right, get an extra coin.
Yeah, if you destroy these like bullet
otherwise.
bill blasters, you can actually get a few little of the fragment coins, especially these like blocks right here. But I don't think we saw both of the runners try to utilize that, which is kind of fine. It's not really something known, but it's definitely a nice little tidbit to help you out. And it's actually nice that sorry I jumped right there because the bomb could actually hit you, as NM is kind of using his bubble right there to make sure he doesn't get hit. And actually a fun little tidbit. This room actually has a cutscene when you enter it first. So you can actually utilize skipping the cutscenes here, which is a little silly as it's just a transition, but you'll see both runners skipping the cutscene here. And I've actually never watched it. So
No, me neither, actually.
yeah, like when I did my casual playthrough, I'm pretty sure I skipped it too, without even knowing.
Yeah, I do appreciate that Nintendo would at least allow you to skip them.
Yeah.
They don't do that for all of them, of course, because that would be too nice. But yeah.
Yeah, but both runners will be making it to the next level, which actually has a nice little skip, but it can be pretty tricky. So it kind of utilizes the hitbox of Mario when he ground pounds. It kind of shifts, I'd say, just a little bit vertically, and it kind of makes getting a wonder flower a lot easier, and we can actually go into it. But we kind of skip using Lakitu here, and it looks like Saria is going to be full sending it right now.
I
And
appreciate that.
misses it,
Oh
unfortunately.
no.
Yeah, it is pretty tight. And unfortunately, with kind of this big of a lead, NM kind of needed that. And it is going to be kind of unfortunate for Saria, but he's hopefully does not miss it this time, which is nice.
Yep.
But it does help NM get a little bit of time back here. And NM
There
gets
we
it
go,
first
NM.
try, which is nice. Definitely needed that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really nice that they put 2 roulette blocks in this level, so that if you do miss it the first time,
Yeah.
you're able to you know, get back that bubble and continue on. And I've
Yeah.
seen strats where people will actually grab the elephant mushroom from that roulette block to do the
Or in the
to do the
beginning,
strat.
actually, I've seen. And it looks
Yeah,
like
so
NM
that-
actually got
oh,
hit there,
NM.
but not going to be going for the roulette block backup,
he-
which is
he not?
fun.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah,
He can
definitely
get
interesting play.
another in the next castle, so
Yeah,
I guess
definitely
it'll work out for him.
chilling. Yeah, but unfortunately loses a little bit of time from having to recuperate back from that. And zip tie, oh not zip tie, zip go round. Sorry, is kind of just a neat, fun little quick level. Has kind of all these like coins just spinning all over around the screen. But it's actually really nice once you see it fully optimized, as it's just kind of just a wall kick and then you got the Wonder Seed, I'd say.
Yeah.
But it is kind of a precise jump in order to grab all the coins.
And frankly, in such a long category, it's not really something that people prioritize learning, because
Yeah.
it does only save probably like a couple seconds, even though it does look really cool.
Yeah.
This
nothing
this
too-
palace, I think, is super flashy. I really like just
Oh,
watching
yeah.
it. It's really interesting to play, of course, and it'll be interesting to see because all three of them, both of them will probably go for all 3 coins.
Yeah, I'd say for sure.
But
yeah,
you're gonna
this level's-
have all
Sorry.
kinds of enemies sort of just spawning right around the player. And it does look, I'd say, a tad bit harder than it actually is because, you know, none of it's RNG. It's all the same movement. And so if you just do the
Yeah.
same thing every time, you're going to be okay. But it does definitely look really impressive.
It can
and
definitely
very
get
appealing.
people nervous for sure.
Oh, yeah. It does take some time to learn. Don't get me wrong. It can be
Yeah.
tough.
But yeah, definitely nice little flashy level from Saria right there. And NM's gonna be going for the backup.
Yep. Very smart.
And we're gonna but unfortunately getting hit by the skeleton piranha right there. I
think
don't know if
he
there's
can get
actually
another one before the boss fight. There's
Oh
a
yeah,
roulette
with the
block
roulette
there.
block, yeah. And going into this next boss fight with Bowser Jr., this is probably the most annoying one I was talking about earlier. And mainly because of these blocks, they're not really on a specific pattern. It's more of really just RNG from when they shift going up and down, which can be really annoying while trying to utilize Bowser Jr., but Star's going to try to make his best with kind of hitting him in specific sections because it can also switch to a different background as we're about to see here into more of a jam kind of honey effect. And it makes Mario move a lot slower, so if you're not too close to Bowser Jr. and he misses a cycle, like right there as I was just talking about, you're gonna have to go like that. And
Oh no.
yeah, unfortunately he gets hit, and that's why this boss kind of sucks, is because as soon as one thing goes bad, it's kind of the rest of the fight's gonna not be the best.
Yeah,
But-
there's a few setups that people use. You can see Saria here, basically just climbing the wall to keep Bowser Jr. in one spot.
Yeah, but he quickly kills Bowser Jr. before he switches the screen or dives back down. So that's
Yeah.
nice.
And I'm doing the same thing, and it'll be interesting to see how NM handles the rest of this. He's just doing the
Yeah.
wall thing the entire time, which I completely understand and is probably the best call.
And just quick tidbit, if they do lose bubble here without their backups, It will actually make World 3 very, very, like, just annoying. And kind of going into World 4 probably too, but... So it's a good thing that they kind of have the backup bubble, especially with Saria, because probably could have made World 3 a little bit annoying. And NM kind of messing up the fight, but brings it back and doesn't get hit, which is nice.
It's an easy thing to miss time, yeah, but I actually think World 3 is not completely reliant on power-ups in the same way that other worlds are. Obviously World 2 is very reliant on Bubble, and we'll see, World 5
Oh, you're
also
right,
is.
yeah.
There's a bunch of stuff in World 6 that really needs Drill. But World 3, you'll only really see a couple strats with Bubble, so long as they can, keep the Bubble and be able to use them.
Yeah, you're right.
But it really won't lose too much time for either runner, I would say.
Yeah, no, I was mainly thinking about Jet Run. That's my bad.
Ah, yeah, okay, fair enough. World 3 is a bit shorter than most other worlds. I'm not entirely sure why, and it's also going to be a bit of a different format from Worlds 1 and 2.
Yeah.
You'll see instead of ending with a palace, it's going to end with what is essentially an auto-scroller, which is
Yeah.
kind of lame, to be honest. I'm not a big fan of that. But I think the level design in terms of like the actual aesthetic of it, I think is really nice. When I first played it, I thought it was Minecraft, and it was really awesome.
That's exactly
Uh,
what I thought too. I was like, damn, we're playing Minecraft now.
yeah,
But
it's really pretty.
yeah. And we're gonna be going into our next Wiggler kind of level, I'd say, and also our last one, unfortunately. But it's gonna be a swimming one now, and I'm pretty sure both runners know to equip the dolphin badge. But
That's
sometimes
an
it
easy
can
one to
be,
forget.
yeah, I was about to say it's an easy one to forget for sure. And actually, right there, Saria, if he did have his bubble backup still, he could have just gotten a nice little free one purple coin. But since he doesn't, he's gonna have a mushroom in his item slot now. But yeah, optimally grabbing the small coin right there. Uh, yeah, kind of an easy level, I'd say. Nothing too hard. Right there with the bubble strat, only saves around a second. It's not too crazy, but it definitely adds up, as we talked about earlier. And actually, I didn't know people actually grab that small coin. I thought you would get bonked by the pipe.
Yeah, you can get it. It's kind of tight, kind of weird.
Yeah.
I honestly don't understand this Wiggler race, to be honest. I feel like optimizing it is really strange because you do have to wait for the Wiggler at the end.
Yeah, you do have to
And
like
so I have
intentionally
wondered
like play
if
slower.
maybe it's faster to kind of wait earlier in the level rather than kind of at the end here.
Yeah,
Um,
because he
but I
definitely
don't
takes a
think
lot
it is.
longer. But
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, kind of a simple level, not anything too crazy. But yeah, we'll be going into World 3 after this. Kind of a easy, one of the more easier worlds, as Muffin said. Hmm.
I don't know what there is to talk about right now. I'm gonna be honest. This is just a
Yeah,
cutscene.
yeah.
But yeah, it looks cool.
Yeah, definitely the game in this downtime is more of just like, well, I'm just waiting now.
Yeah.
Because it's not, yeah, it's mainly just like scroll through text boxes after worlds and beginning of worlds, go into a badge house, do some more text box scrolling. Nothing really too crazy.
Yeah. The gimmick of World 3 is basically that each level is supposed to be like a challenge
Yeah.
uh, and like to show your skill. And so you'll see that after every level, a Poplin will show up and
Yeah, it's
basically
actually the
say, wow,
Master
you're really
Poplin.
good.
Yeah.
Which is kind of charming, I guess, but in a speedrun, it's kind of just annoying because it just adds
It's almost
cutscenes
like
and
he's
text
mocking you in a
boxes. And
way. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Like I could really go without existing,
Yeah,
but
like seeing the guy always pop up saying like I'm so good because I beat the level. No, I'd probably be like 10 seconds behind.
Yeah.
But yeah, another big thing in this level is the enemies. So the main gimmick is when you jump, they're gonna copy you because they're called hoppy cats. So you really want to utilize and optimize your jumps to where they can be to your benefit, because if one wrong jump could lead to you getting hit, which can be pretty annoying.
It's honestly
Especially,
really easy to forget about.
yeah.
Especially
So
when there's not a whole lot going on, and you kind of just want to jump just to do something, and then
yeah,
that just messes everything up, and then
yeah,
sometimes you get hit.
yeah. But it looks like Sari's gonna be easily making through this wonder section. I'd say probably this wonder section is probably the most tightest you have to play to make it fast, because of these hoppy cats making it like right there. Like he kind of barely
Oh
grabbed the
man.
wonder seed there, and NM getting hit like we were talking about,
Oh no.
unfortunately. But thankfully he does have a bubble in his inventory, so he's probably gonna want to wait off on using that because it's not really a need, as Muffin said in World 3.
Yeah, he'll be all right. It's really useful later on in the world for one break time.
Oh, but he is gonna
Um,
actually use it now,
okay.
so hopefully he doesn't get hit anymore in the run. But we should be fine, hopefully, because this next level called Unreachable Treasure, not Unbreakable. Oh, unfortunately, NM actually gets hit there.
Oh.
Oh, that's very sad. But sorry, going for some interesting strats. Try to play it fast, but accidentally got hit by the Kaizo block.
Wait.
I've actually never intentionally even played the level normally. I just kind of scaled up the pipe the first time too.
Wait, you can one-sided wall jump with the paracap?
You didn't
Since
know that?
when? I
Alright.
had no idea that you could do one-sided wall jumps with the parachute cap badge. This is insane. How has no one discovered this?
Um,
Well,
Muffin.
apparently people have.
Uh, yeah. I was about to say that was one of the
That's
first things I
crazy.
realized. Ooh, and sorry, actually gonna be playing crouch jump, which is the next badge too. But playing it, actually, I'd say pretty risky. Definitely not gonna go for some small coins. Mainly just gonna straight pass through those 10 coins. But yeah,
Interesting to hit the top of the flagpole. I don't think he meant to,
yeah,
based on
no,
that ground pound. Um, that's something we haven't actually talked about, is that you can optimize the flagpole in this game, unlike many Mario games,
the only
particularly
other
newer
game it
ones.
would really be is actually NSMB2. I found out yesterday. But
Yeah,
yeah.
that's a very small thing, but it's a lot more significant in this game
Oh
because I
yeah,
think
no.
hitting the top of the flagpole loses like over a second, maybe even two, and so you'll see in most levels, the runners will try and
Ooh,
hit near the bottom, and I'm
yeah.
having a little bit of trouble there.
Oh, and dying in
Oh
crouch.
no!
Unfortunately, that is gonna suck. Um, I'm gonna question why you didn't want to pick up the mushroom after that one, but it's all right, I'd say.
Yeah, I
Cause
think
it,
he'll be okay. That
yeah,
that kind of just happens sometimes. It's a tough level
no,
to actually do quickly because you do kind of risk that happening, but.
yeah, but making it in through a second time. And Sari is actually making it through midway, which is probably the most interesting level, I'd say, because it's kind of just the quickest, like normal level, and then switches to wonder section very quickly. So it's
Yeah,
kind of
I think the vertical movement in this game is definitely interesting, and this level is
yeah.
very reliant on it. You
Mm-hmm.
did see that he picked up one of the enemies and actually threw it upwards to hit the one that had the Wonder Flower in it,
Yeah.
which allows him to get it a lot quicker than you otherwise would. It's pretty easy to do, and speedrunners have been doing it for basically the entire time. Um, but it is cool, it is fast, and it's pretty awesome.
Yeah. And I'm also doing it right there. Nicely done.
Yeah.
It is a very nice thing to do, because if you, I don't know, did you probably just talk about it? If you do miss it, he continuously jumps as you move forward towards him. So
That's
it does
right,
make
yeah.
it. more annoying to actually grab him. And so this level is actually nice that Star is going into. It has a little bit of cycle right here, which can be kind of annoying, but he quickly maneuvers around it, but it gets hit by the enemies there, as I was just talking about. I feel like every time we talk, it just feels like these runners are gonna just get damaged by what we're talking about. So maybe we should probably just stop talking. I'm kidding, but it is kind of unfortunate that that happens. But
Why did I raise the level?
Fun fact about this level is that it is the best level in the game to farm purple coins in. So if you're trying to 100% your save file
I'm so
and
pissed.
get as many purples as you can to get badges or standees and stuff, you'll do that level quite a bit. Sorry?
Sorry, is mic on?
Oh, I didn't know I was unmuted.
All good.
Oh, good. Sorry.
So this next level that Saria is going to be entering now is probably one of the flashier in the game, if you have Bubble. So I'm kind of upset that he got hit there, because it'd be really nice to see the faster strats here.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, and M.
And M getting hit? Unfortunately.
He missed the flower at first and then got hit, yeah.
Alright, but yeah. Both runners, but unfortunately we're gonna have to be using some timer strats here, and sorry, it was bad of mess up, so he is gonna have to hit both timers here. But usually with the bubble or even without it.
Oh no.
Oh no. Actually, a fun little thing about that, if you do restart the course, it's a lot better because you kind of keep your the beginning state that you were in before. So instead of dying and losing whatever power you had, if you just restart the course just before you die, you actually will be just chilling.
That's true, and it is definitely useful. I do wonder if maybe this level in particular, it would have been better to not do that, because it would have meant that he got to keep the purple coins that he got, and since he gets so many in this level, he would have had a lot of purple coins.
That is
so I wonder if that would have been helpful, but I think probably restarting is the way to go.
Yeah, definitely with a death, because it would have brought him back out, I'm pretty sure. Oh wait, no, actually it would have restarted it, because they don't do that in this game.
Yeah.
That's right. Well, that doesn't really matter anymore. Going into the auto-scroller, as Muffin talked about, nothing really much to see here. It's honestly just Sari's going to be jumping quite a bit, doing some big jumps, grabbing as much of the little coin fragments as we talked about earlier. And that's kind of it.
Yeah, I think parts of it can maybe be optimized, barely.
Yeah.
Particularly the end bit. But it's not really much. Something interesting though is that you have to grab the Wonder Flower because that gives you the proper exit, and otherwise you won't be allowed to get the Royal Seed. But you'll see the runners skip the Wonder Seed, actually, for this level, because, of course, it's the last level. You don't really need it for anything, and you can still get to the proper exit without it.
That is another interesting thing, how this game is kind of like Odyssey, where they have certain individual Royal Seeds for each world, so it's more of not like a whole, all Royal Seed. It's more of just, going into the world, and you have, these specific colorized Wonder Seeds, which is nice.
Yeah.
So definitely skips certain Wonder Seeds and cutscenes like that, which saves quite a bit of time. And yeah, going into here, just another kind of text box, as you'll see in 2 of the worlds. Actually, really? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, 2 worlds. Yep. World 3 and World 5. Yeah, grabbing our 3rd Royal Seed, which is nice. And NM just making his way through this. I think actually one time I have actually gotten the secret, well, quote, secret exit of this level, and I had to replay it during a run, so definitely is annoying if you kind of miss some of the jumps here, which can also actually happen in the end, so hopefully we don't see that from NM. But we have been tending to jinx the runners, so now I really am praying.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah.
So Saria, of course, now is going to be going back to Petal Isles, and the level that he will be doing before World 4, I'm assuming he's going to do World 4 next, is going to be Jewel Block Cave, I think it's called, and that's
Yeah,
basically going to
that's the
give
next level.
him our next power-up in the run, the Drill Mushroom, which will have a lot of really interesting uses in World 4.
I'd have to say this is probably my favorite power up, just because of, I don't know, it quickly goes up and down. It's very like fluid movement. It's very smooth. It's not like jiggity like some of the other power ups. But
Yeah, fair enough. It's definitely cool. I don't know if I'd say it's my favorite. I think Bubble is still cool, especially once you learn all the movement you can do with it. But
yeah, for sure.
Drill is pretty awesome, and I'm really excited to see Drill.
Yeah.
So now, the way that this game works, you you obviously have to do worlds 1, 2, and 3 in order. But then worlds 4, 5, and 6 can be done in any order you want. They're locked behind certain Wonder Seed requirements, and so World 4 doesn't need as much as the other two.
Yeah.
Which does sort of affect the route that you end up using. I
I'm
believe
still,
both of them will probably doing 4, 5, and then 6. That's
Yeah.
sort of the typical route, but there's been
I'm sorry,
lots
it
of
might be different,
experimentation.
honestly.
Okay,
Because
I'm
Staria's been
curious
doing
then.
some kind of like updated strats, so he might be switching it up into like a 4-6-5 or the usual 4-5-6, but it has been very different with runners kind of theorizing different paths, as some seeds can be like easier in in the game before and not really like reset too far into the run, so it's kind of different in that, but I'm pretty sure these runners will be going for 4-6-5. No, 4-5-6.
Yeah, the benefit of doing World 4 first is that it will allow you to get the Fast Dash badge pretty early on,
Yeah, as we
which
talked
will be
earlier.
used for most of the run from here on out, because, you know, it increases your running speed, and it's a speed run, so it's very
Nice
useful,
deduction, yeah.
very quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And looks like Star is actually not going to be going under, but it doesn't really matter, but it's just a little bit easier to, go under there with Drill and not really have to worry about the spiny there, as I'm pretty sure I've seen a couple runners actually get hit there, which is really unfortunate because
Oh, yeah.
you don't really get another Drill until like later into World 4. But yeah. And looks like Shara is going to be going for the shop right here, which makes skipping one of the Petal Isle seeds. I'm pretty sure they're skipping the spinning badge, but
Yep.
they get the badge later in World 6, which is nice.
World
Yeah.
4 is definitely an interesting one, because a lot of the levels and the strats that they're going to be using, at least the, I guess the safer ones for the most part, are really reliant on the drill. And so I think they both only have the one. I don't think either grabbed a backup. So
Yeah.
if either of them get hit, which is pretty common to be honest, these are hard levels, it's going to be more punishing than we've seen before, because
Yeah.
there aren't as
Already-
many backups. I don't think there are any backup drills actually. So
It's not necessarily a backup, but you can get one in the treasure level in this world.
right, yeah.
That's the only one, though, I'm pretty sure. Unless, actually... Oh, yeah, the roulette block, probably in Armads, but that's really only it.
Right. Okay.
So, this world can actually be kind of brutal if you do get hit.
Yep.
But, what was I about to say in that batch house is that's kind of the first out of 2 batch houses where they have sort of an extra room where you start out from and then run into, which it can be pretty annoying if you aren't paying attention, as you can lose quite a bit of time, especially with the sand in that room.
Yeah.
And this level here can be actually still brutal because of this second coin right here. There's been a lot of strats of how to get it. Sorry, I definitely took it safe there. That's all I really want to say, which is nice because it's basically death if you miss it.
Okay. NM is actually not going to do World 4 early. He's going straight to the airship. So this is going to be really interesting to commentate because they're taking completely different routes.
Yeah, so this is definitely going to be interesting now. I did not expect to see NM going for either 6. I don't even know.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what he's going to do. But with NM, obviously, this is going to be another very long auto-scroller where he will be able to pick up a lot of bubbles.
Yeah.
So he'll probably get 2 of those, I'd imagine.
Although
we'll
I don't
see.
know because he still has World 4. But maybe he's doing it after this? I don't know.
Maybe.
I'm very excited to see what he does now because
Yeah.
this is definitely interesting. This is not in the script, so.
The reason why Saria did that level first is so that he can enter this shop, which has that fast dash badge that we were talking about, but also a bunch of underseeds, and he's able to grab 2 for fairly cheap prices, which is really nice and will mean that he doesn't need to enter as many levels, I guess, for in World
And M getting
4.
hit in airship.
Interesting.
Very interesting. But yeah, I don't know if you were saying, but going into Blooms, it can also be a pretty difficult level here as
Oh yeah.
as we just got a nice little demonstration from Saria. The Blooms have some very like balloony physics, so if you aren't too careful, you can either get knocked or something bad could happen.
Oh.
Like almost right
okay.
there, something
Wow.
bad could happen right there. Yeah. So definitely want to be playing Blooms so just a little bit safer, at least I'd say. And not going to be going for fast Wonder Flower grab, but that's alright. Because it does kind of cost getting hit if you don't play it well.
I did not see how it happened, but NM lost the bubble that he ended up getting.
He got hit by
after
the bullet
checkpoint.
bill.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
No, the second one. Yeah, he
the-
grabbed another one later on,
Oh,
but then
no.
also lost that one. So,
So that's actually kind
I'm
of
curious to see
unfortunate.
how he's able to back that up. If he
Yeah.
goes to World 6 first, the first level he'll be doing is Item Park, and so he could get a bubble there, I suppose.
I honestly, I think that's
I don't
probably
think
the
he'll
best course
do
for
that. I honestly, if I would probably try shift to that because it'll
Yeah.
make the power up stuff really.
It would just
much
make the
better
routing
because-
a lot, yeah. It would just
Yeah,
make it more
World
easier.
5 really needs bubble, and you don't really get one until halfway through or so.
Yeah.
So
And-
if that was going to be his plan, he might need to shift it.
Yeah, it might need to definitely shift over to World 6, but it looks like NM's gonna
Oh,
not be
boy.
able to dodge the missiles. Getting hit with drill. Kind of unfortunate, but Sari's gonna be going into another kind of break time level where it's just grabbing tokens again. Nothing too crazy, but definitely optimizing this level is nice for top runners, as you kind of really just do that.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so I just saw in chat that NM had said that he just went to airship for the bubble backup, and that he was going to go back to World 4, which is smart. That does actually make a lot of sense if he missed bubble.
but
Because there are some
unfortunately,
strats there, but yeah, he's not going to be able to really do much with that anymore, which is too bad.
not going as planned.
No. But honestly, that airship is pretty easy to screw up.
Yeah, very easy.
And
to
And
mess
I
up.
would honestly just do a little bit of World 6, maybe.
Yeah,
Although I
probably
don't
just
know
clean up
because
from
you
World
won't be
6.
able to do Muncher. Oh, that's right. Yeah, go to Mama. Very smart.
Oh
of
yeah,
them.
Mama. Mama has.
Forgot
a
all
bubble
about
power,
that.
You're right.
Might be smart to do Mama and then go back to World 4, I guess, because I don't know if you know World 5 movement without Fast Dash. But learning on the fly might be kind of tough.
Yeah.
So I would just try and.
Oh, but it
get
looks like
past
Saria gets
that.
hit in Ninjas.
Oh no.
Also, Ninjas is kind of an interesting level that we're kind of sleeping on. But so
is
the
cool.
level actually uses kind of a rhythmic pattern for when you jump, and if you jump at the correct time, the level kind of gives you a little bit of a helpful thing, I'd say. But it can be brutal, as you saw right there. If you miss a jump, the level will actually reset all of its like things that you did, and so you'll have to kind of, I'd say, work around that gimmick, which is nice. But it also makes it the most probably annoying level in the run, I'd say. That's like still early on, like in the middle of it. Because World 6, I'd say, could definitely be brutal as well as World 5.
Yeah, I do think it's interesting that Saria chose to go for the second 10 coin there,
Yeah.
even after kind of missing it at first, because it does, you can actually get it without losing time, but it requires some pretty tight bubble movement, and it's really
Yeah.
not easy at all. Um,
And I don't think Sorry could have even done that because he didn't, unfortunately, have Bubble going into that level. But he's
Yeah.
not going to have Drill going into here, which is definitely going to be interesting to see, as you'll have to be using Elephant, which it'll be interesting because
yeah, I'm
having
curious to
Drill
see how
in
much
this
he's
level,
practiced with it.
yeah, definitely Drill in this level makes it 100 times easier. As like right there, unfortunately, going to get hit by the Armad, but going to be kind of playing it safe with the Pokey right here, and just easily going to be grabbing the Wonder Flower. But the actual hard section is this fast timer, I'd say, as we did have an getting unfortunately hit there, but we did have the slow kind of version in the first level that we played, but this Wonder section has kind of the sped up version, which makes it a lot more harder, I'd say, to kind of dodge pokies and other enemies too. So
Yeah, it's not too bad with Drill because you can just kind of hide in the sand the whole time, basically. But without it, it's definitely a challenge.
yeah, and I'm just making it into the badge house with Bubble. Unfortunately, not having another one in his backup, but I'm pretty sure he would be playing just a little bit more safer, probably making
I'd
sure he doesn't get
imagine.
hit. Yeah,
Yep.
but
Zarya's going to be able to get another drill mushroom that Spaz had mentioned earlier, and that'll be useful for the palace coming up.
yeah, definitely. And I don't know if I'm very confused on how this actually like Wonder Seed works because I don't know if it works on like which other side you hit it that the seed will pop out of, but it seems like to me that kind of seed just pops out either on the left or right randomly. And I don't know if that's true. I might just be spitting out some bull, but that's what I've noticed throughout my
Yeah, I'm
playing.
not sure. I'm surprised NM went for that
Yeah, unfortunately
um,
getting hit.
coin grab. I think maybe he forgot that the same strats wouldn't work without drill.
Yeah. And
Wonder if
unfortunately
that's sort
going
of
to
what
be
he did.
losing his Fire Flower too, which is unfortunate,
Yeah.
but yeah, definitely what you were saying. Yeah, Bubble and Drill strats are definitely different, but he probably thought that they were kind of the same. And gonna be getting a coin from the roulette block, not what he was
Tactical
hoping
coin.
for. Yeah. And probably I'd say going into my probably favorite castle of this whole game is World 4, because I actually really like the drill movement here. It's really nice if done correctly.
Yeah, that's a good opinion. I think I'd agree. I do want to point out that it does kind of seem that Saria is like a whole world ahead of NM, but you can't forget that NM has done 2 levels outside of World
Yeah.
4 that Saria has not. So even though this does look like Saria is very far ahead, it is a bit closer than it seems.
He's actually probably not that far ahead because after this we'll be seeing Saria just in like in the airship level and also doing Muncher Fields. So it's not too much of a difference right now, actually, but it kind of does seem like that, as Marvin said, yeah. And I will say I kind of thought it was a kind of a big difference. So I'm glad Muffin kind of said that.
I mean, I think it is still at least a decent, a pretty solid lead by Saria, but it is definitely a little
But it's
deceitful,
not
I
like,
guess.
yeah, it's not like NM's really like in the beginning of World 4 and he's about to like make it out. Like it obviously is that, but NM's actually advanced just a little bit more further ahead than Saria, so he should be fine, at least.
This might be a hot take, but I think this this Bowser Jr. fight that Sari is in right now might be the hardest Bowser Jr. fight. I struggle with this a lot more than World 2, because World 2, there are strats you can kind of do to manipulate where Bowser Jr. goes, kind of, and time your hits, but This one always just feels completely random, and I always struggle with it.
Yeah,
And then
I'd
with
have to
the
agree with you on that.
unfortunate death there, he chose to
Yeah.
restart instead of dying, which I think is fair.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure he's trying to get that 10 coins, so definitely restarting is definitely helpful.
Well, he would still have it if he did die.
Oh, I
Um,
I didn't see him pick it up. So
Yeah. No, he died after the like checkpoint, I think.
Oh, surprised he didn't go for the checkpoint then right there.
Maybe he didn't. I don't remember. It was somewhere around there though.
Yeah, still unfortunate though. Playing the Wonder Flower section just a little bit safer, not trying to get hit anymore. And sorry, I'm missing the Royal Seed first try, but it's alright because it doesn't lose that much time.
Normally, missing the royal seed there would be an instant reset, and actually, most people would actually just stop playing because it's a huge, huge mistake.
Yeah.
Um,
But yeah, unfortunately they don't have that option, and they're gonna have to continue playing the game.
yeah.
But yeah, definitely about this game. It's very very heavy to reset easily because it's very brutal. I'd say definitely a lot more brutal than like some of the other 2D platform Mario games. Just as we saw NM get hit right there, like the Goombas just spawn out of nowhere sometimes, so definitely be quite
Yeah.
annoying. And getting the top of the flagpole, just as Muffin mentioned earlier, it's gonna be losing around a second. But I would say it's weird that they made that a requirement for 100%ing the game. But
Yeah, I mean they did the same in 3D World,
oh, they did.
so it's not. Yeah, it's not the first time they've ever done it, but it is kind of annoying to be honest.
Yeah, I never
But
did
I think it's
100%
fair.
3D World.
Just add more things to do. Why not?
Yeah. Yeah, but I feel like they should have added at least more levels than like little gimmicky things like that. Because definitely having
guess
6
so.
worlds is not ideal for me. I'd love to have like my nice 8 worlds and then my little special world that's insanely hard. But
That's fair.
just me.
I honestly don't mind too much, but I can completely understand wanting a little bit more.
Yeah. but,
There
this
is definitely a lot of filler levels, like these break time things.
Yeah.
Um,
And as we
but
mentioned
the
earlier,
levels
this
themselves, I think, are okay.
yeah, this break time can be quite a bit annoying as NM is showing off.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, losing quite a bit of time in a break time, but it's not going to really matter too much as Saria is just going to be kind of in an auto scroller for about, like, I'd say 5 to 6 minutes. It's going to be quite a bit of time. He's gonna
Something
be in
like
there
that,
for.
yeah.
Yeah,
So we'll
definitely
see
one of the.
if he does a little better than NM, I guess.
Yeah, hopefully he plays it a little bit more safe, making sure he keeps the bubble, and not really going to be messing up too much. But yeah, well, we get to see ninjas from NM, and as we talked about earlier, the jumping can actually mess you up quite a bit if you're off of rhythm. I think it's very interesting. This game is like kind of music, like heavily based around music. If you haven't noticed, like they
Yeah.
put a lot of like effort into the music of like the background music, and more of just like little things that are just interesting, like the ground pound sound effects different. Like many things seem very exaggerated with the music, which is nice. I like.
I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
It's a really cool gimmick to kind of have, and they do definitely do a lot of things with it.
Yeah.
Obviously there's this ninja. We'll see later on that Knucklefest and Rage Stage, the 2 last levels of the game, have a very similar gimmick.
Yeah. And
Um,
probably Knucklefest is I'd say the #1 most annoying level in the entire game. And
I
in
think
the
that's
speedrun at least.
I think that's fair. I think it's mostly because of how late in the run it is. I think
Yeah.
it's if it was earlier, it wouldn't be so bad.
Yeah.
But it's definitely really tough.
I definitely say
Really
that's
easy
where
to
like
lose a
my
run there.
opinion my opinion comes from because I've lost like a really good run where I was on 213 pace, and I unfortunately lost it to that, so that really sucked. But yeah.
Yeah, it's really easy to mess up, and especially on if you're nervous at the end of the run, which
Yeah,
you
for
almost
sure.
always will be.
Yeah. but it would be. It's kind of confusing why. And sorry, unfortunately, getting hit
Oh
there.
no.
But, yeah. But you would think you wouldn't be as nervous since it's like a 2-hour run. But speedrunning to speedrunning doesn't really make a difference. If you're on PB pace and that thing is looking bigger than green, then you're probably gonna be nervous.
Yeah, and you can look at it the other way and say, hey, if you screw up here, the last 2 hours have been for nothing. So that mindset can also make it feel
Yeah,
scary.
definitely messes it up sometimes.
And then also, okay, he actually is avoiding
actually
getting
not
hit
doing
a bit
bad,
better
yeah.
than Saria. Yeah.
Definitely performing this level quite a lot differently than Saria did. But
Yeah.
yeah, making it through pretty easily. This is kind of where we'll see where kind of the runners meet up after Saria gets out of Munchers, I'd say. Is we'll probably be back on. We'll probably get a better understanding of where they are.
Yeah,
But
for
it looks
sure.
like they're not going to be too far kind of different. It looks like after this little break time, and then we'll be going into the next break time, and then Castle. So you'll probably only just be like 2 levels behind.
Yeah.
So not too bad.
Interesting.
Sorry about the barking in the back if you can hear that. My dogs are going crazy.
All good. The one thing I could maybe see not quite keeping them close would be that Saria will have more bubbles going into World 5 than NM. I'm not
Oh,
sure
yeah.
NM is actually going to be able to get any bubbles
No, I actually
since
don't
he
think he
already
will
went
be.
through. He already did the
Yeah, he did
airship
Munchers.
and Mama. So
Yeah. Oh yeah, Mama. Sorry, not Munchers. Munchers is later though. Sorry, Munchers is later, but not yet. But yeah, I don't think NM is gonna have a bubble for World 5, so that'll be interesting to see some drill movement in the beginning.
yeah.
It's definitely having bubble in World 5 is just really nice to have because of mainly a lot of the skips that you can do, as well. Hopefully, we'll be able to see.
And I'm forgetting that you need to warp to the shop there.
Shop, yeah, taking a little bit of a detour, showing off what he's done in World 4, his progressions. Very nice to see NM. And yeah, so it looks like, yeah, I'd say they're very close, but NM still has to go through the palace here, as Sari's gonna be making his way to World 5 now. So not really too much of a difference. I wonder if NM is gonna utilize map move. Oh, actually no, he won't be, because he's gonna be brought back to Pedal Isles. But I thought he was gonna be able to like use the map movement that he just showed off in to get back to the shop, but going in over to Mama and then going into World 5. But since I'm pretty sure they take you back to Pedal Isles after Palace, even if you've done airship, you'll still have to do that. So I kind of just yapped. But yeah, we'll also get to see here after this batch house actually. You do have to also use your purple coins to actually buy. It's not really buy, but you essentially have to give purple coins to the poplins in order to kind of progress in the game. In a sense, you'll be seeing it mainly in World 6 with them breaking some rocks for us. And
Yep.
But the main thing here is that we'll be seeing a bridge being built for us, so that'll be nice.
Yeah, now this bridge only costs 10 purple coins, so it's not very much, and it's really easy to make sure you have that much, especially since they're going to end up using a shop in World 5. But the ones later on in World 6 will be more expensive.
Yeah. And yeah,
World
so
5's an interesting one because I think the first couple levels are really, really cool to watch. Upshroom and Rifts
Yeah,
are
Rift.
both like really cool ones to watch. A lot can happen there. The later ones are a little more iffy, I think. They're mixed reactions.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
I really, really like the movement in this level. You can do some
I'd
cool
say
stuff.
as a watcher, I love to watch World 5, but wait, sorry, Ghost, you can take it.
Do we have time for a quick donation?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah,
Yeah,
why not?
so we got $100 from NM's mom,
Oh,
who
awesome.
and the message just says something along the lines of "Happy you're doing this for a great cause, NM. Good luck to all
Awesome.
the runners." Yeah, shouts to NM's mom. Let's do it. And with that, we
That's
got
awesome.
another $100. So awesomeness is in the house. All right, gonna increase the donation. Go back to you guys.
All right.
Awesome.
Yeah, awesome donation from NM's mom coming in clutch with $100. Definitely probably give some more motivation to play awesome. Hopefully.
Yeah. So that wonder section that you just saw from Saria is another
More
music-based
annoying
one.
ones. I'd say it's one of the more annoying ones, mainly because of that last section, as you saw Saria kind of having to finick around because it kind of got off of the cycle, I'd say. But
Yeah, the end section is definitely weird, and also if some people want to get the 10 coin that you can get there, which can be pretty finicky.
yeah,
Not everyone goes for it.
yeah. I remember going for it. It's just like one of the most annoying things. You can just mess up.
Yeah,
Oh, and Saria actually killing the
I haven't seen that before.
yeah, but unfortunately
That was
getting
cool.
hit there.
Oh no.
Yeah, but fortunately he has the backup, which is nice. But that's the only really backup until the ghost house level in this world. But yeah, unfortunately just making it clear. Not gonna be going for the 10 coin that spawns up there.
Fair enough.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bubble isn't going to be too useful until you're able to get another one for him, which is lucky enough. He kind of was able to benefit from it before losing it.
Yeah.
At the next couple levels, we'll have some pretty interesting physics and gimmicks, which are definitely very, very hard for runners. So this is potentially where we could see both runners kind of getting a bit
Kind of
closer
colliding
to each
back
other.
into kind of colliding back into each other, kind of making it more of a neck and neck race again.
Yeah.
But yeah, that wonder section is kind of just plain and simple. The routing cannot really be much optimized, but definitely the movement could be a little bit more cleaner. But yeah, nothing really much we can do with that.
Yeah.
And looks like we're gonna be going into the next break time event after this shop. I'm pretty sure. This break time event could be kind of annoying actually, because of the way the screen shifts. So if you're kind of off of another cycle again, I'm realizing how many cycles are on this game, but it's kind of another thing. If you get off of it, it kind of messes up of how fast you can grab this royal scene, and you'll have to either like take a nice little 10-second time loss or even more, which is unfortunate. But it seems like Sari's just gonna fastly be grabbing all these tokens, not a problem.
Well done. Yeah, it's not the hardest thing in the world,
Yeah.
but it definitely feels weird to do.
Yeah.
And yeah, as Spaz said, it's very punishing if it doesn't go well.
Yeah. It's very easy to do, but it can also be very easy to mess up.
Yep.
Yeah,
I'm
but
curious to see this drill movement from NM
yeah.
and how he ends up using it. So far, he's basically just doing the same movement as you would with Bubble, just without Bubble. And that's actually working out really well for him. Oh no!
Okay, that is
That's
actually kind of a nice play, but very unfortunate, yeah. Unfortunately, instead of not using the bubble there, NM's actually going to have to take the intended way that the game wants you to go through these little, like, I don't know what to call them, like glowy, like, flowers, and unfortunately getting
Yeah,
hit.
I think he's just gonna have to keep going.
Yeah,
And
that's unfortunate, for sure. But,
so we
yeah.
see Saria in Wubba Ruins with this goo that you can kind of just move through. And we're going to be entering the Wonder section.
Ooh, yeah, I
right
actually
here.
didn't know about that, but it looks like you can grab that pretty fast, but Looks like he's also Oh,
Oh, no.
unfortunately, the enemy does not want to be his buddy right now. But third time is the charm, and we're gonna be making it through Wubba Ruins. That can actually be pretty tricky. I didn't even know about the bubble strat right there.
Yeah, it's tough, but it does save some time.
Yeah.
The Wubba physics in this game that you're seeing from Saria right now is something that people kind of disagree about, I guess, about how much they like it. Me
Oh, I don't like
personally,
it.
I'm not a fan.
No,
It just does not feel right.
it actually
very
kind of
hard to
does
actually
drive me
do
away
well.
from the game because
Yeah,
it's only 2 sections, which isn't bad, but those 2 sections, that's just how brutal it is. Like right
yeah,
there.
and the first one isn't the hardest thing in the world, but the second one we're going to be seeing later is very, very, very tricky.
Yeah.
Especially if you're trying to do it quickly.
Yeah, so
Oh hell! Oh hell!
definitely later we'll be seeing some skips. Hopefully, sorry, we'll be doing the first one with the bubble because it's actually really interesting to see, but it's also, as I said, it's risky, so probably not. But yeah, going into this kind of ghost house level, I'd say it's kind of the only one I think it's like a ghost house level because of these doors, but. It's kind of just a nice little level with bubble, nothing too crazy. You're gonna be playing it safe a little bit.
Yeah, it has a ton of bubble backups. So, sorry, I already had one bubble, so he only really is gonna get one backup. But you know,
But
and
that'll
End's gonna be able
nice
to get
for
two
Endem,
easily. And
yeah.
you know,
Ooh,
even
and that
if
was
Saria,
close to Saria. Almost
Yeah.
missing the enemy right there, but very nice.
this movement is tight. Some parts of it are very tricky to actually do well without getting hit, but again, like if you do get hit, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, and just
Wonder
kind of.
section's kind of weird though.
Oh!
No!
Oh, almost getting crushed right there.
Interesting.
But just gonna be, fortunately, taking just a small little hit, and fortunately he has the backup, and I'm pretty sure he's probably gonna be going for another one right here. Shoot.
That's not.
Guess not. So I think that is actually the last one he could have gotten. So unfortunately, we're not gonna be seeing another backup bubble, but
You
the
can get
next
another one in the next level.
Yeah. Yeah, but it is a little tricky because for some reason the blocks are actually RNG. So if he does unfortunately hit and block, it kind of, I would say it kind of messes up sort of the level, and he's definitely gonna have to be going for that next bubble.
Yeah. That's a pretty easy mistake to make, to be honest. It's kind of weird. These physics are also very strange.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if he can get 2 bubbles in the next level. We're gonna see, but he'll at least be able to get 1.
No, I don't think so. I think he's only able to get 1.
Okay.
And it's in that like the 3-block area you're thinking about, right, Muffin?
Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I think that's the only one in the level. So, but fortunately, actually no. He's gonna really want to actually keep this bubble next time because of the Muncher level. Nice little skips there.
Now this next level, Poison Ruins, that Saria is going to be entering is like easily, I think, one of the if not the hardest level in the run. It's very punishing. You know, if you go for easy strats, it's not too bad, I guess, and I wouldn't be surprised if he does that. But the hard strats are very, very tricky.
Yeah, for sure.
And you know, it uses the Wubba physics quite a bit, but even the sections before that are very tricky. So it'll be really curious, really interesting to see how he does here.
Also, another thing, I don't know if you just brought up, but the actual cycle that Sari would have to make in order to do the jump is kind of tight because it's on a global cycle with the Koopa Troopa. Which is kind of weird how the game sets up every single Wonder Effect to be on a global cycle. But that's...
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really know how to say it, but it's just definitely annoying. And we're going to have to play it just a little bit slow here. Without the bubble, we won't be able to be skipping this part. But that was actually really nice. That was nice.
Yeah, there are a couple ways you can make that a little bit quicker.
Yeah, but...
there's that bubble right there.
Yeah.
You hit all 3 blocks because, again, it is RNG and you don't know which one will have it.
Yeah. And the reason why I said it's kind of bad because it did shift down that long pillar, which he could have easily used it to his advantage for getting that first coin, but he's not going to be able to, which is unfortunate. But it's not really too much of a time loss, so nothing too bad.
Yeah. And then, by the way, had a very clean Wubba Ruins. Definitely gained some time on Saria there.
Yeah.
But this is where it gets really tricky for
Oh,
Saria.
as I kind of just said in Tubble House, if you do kind of mess it up, it's kind of annoying, as and then will kind of. I think he's actually gonna be making it, but if he was just a little bit slower, he wouldn't. Oh.
Oh.
And unfortunately,
that's too bad.
as I talked about, it is kind of unfortunate to mess up Tumble because of something like that could happen. But
Okay,
Saria's gonna
will
be
playing it fairly safe. Oh no!
As soon as you said that, he's not. Unfortunately, a death. As we talked about, this level can be pretty brutal, and
There's a
unfortunately,
lot of places it can go wrong. Yeah.
yeah. And so I mean, I don't know what's gonna happen. He's gonna have to take some time loss in Muncher too. Without having bubble, this is gonna be kind of hard to make Muncher fast. So if NM could actually keep his bubble and get another backup, he might be fine. Honestly,
Yeah, this is a big opportunity for NM.
It's Saria dying again. No.
NM.
But NM also getting hit, so it looks like right now it's gonna be a big decider of who's gonna. I'd say he's gonna be showing the big lead, because if Saria messes it up again, it just gives NM more time to catch up, and unfortunately, without having bubble, it's gonna be more of a time loss. So.
NM is still able to get a second one, so
Yeah.
if all goes well for him, he'll be able to have 2. But yeah, as we said, this is one of the hardest levels.
Again, but
yeah, that is sort of the hardest part of the level. So from here on, I'd say he's fairly likely to be okay.
He didn't even do the full part of the trick too, which is definitely a lot more riskier than what he was doing. So very nice for him to play it safe there for sure. But unfortunately, the 2 devs are going to cost him some time to be closer to 2NM, which he probably doesn't really want, especially with getting close to World 6. As that's where it can really show where runners are in place of each other.
Yeah.
The nerves can set in. It could kind of mess up, I'd say. Ooh, and a nice kind of Wonder Seed grab. I'm sorry. But yeah, nothing too crazy. And I'm making it through, missing the Wonder Seed first time though. That can actually happen a lot, so it's not too bad if he misses. It's only like really a 3-second time loss, but it's still annoying. But yeah. Hopefully
I'm very excited to see what NM can do here.
Yeah. Does he have 2 bubble flowers right now, or is it just?
He doesn't. He has 1. So I guess he will try and get the backup.
The backup, nice. Oh yeah, and unfortunately, this level actually has some like skips too. But unfortunately, Saria won't be able to pull it off since he doesn't have bubble. But if you do bubble that little glowy flower thing, you can actually trigger the blocks to kind of disappear faster, which is just a little bit of time save, but pretty neat to learn.
Yeah, it's nothing too huge. Like, he's not losing an incredible amount of time there, but it is definitely a nice little thing.
Yeah.
That hopefully we'll be able to show off.
Yeah, but this is actually one of the last levels in World 5, so it's kind of just like World 3 with just some text boxes, and then we get a Royal Seed. So, yeah, nothing too bad. So,
and then we'll be able to show off kind of why the bubble is useful for this beginning part of this level.
Hopefully. I don't know, he might try
won't
to play
have to wait
safer.
the same way. You might play it safer, but you can still do it a lot quicker than
yeah, for sure. If you spawn the if you do the glow thing up there, you can definitely. Oh, but it looks like he's just gonna spend it. Nice.
Way to go, NM.
But we can't fully just get up the block, so that's alright. But it is fine. He's gonna bring down the pillar, but I think he's gonna skip this. No, he's not gonna skip it. Looks like he doesn't really know what to do, but yeah, not too bad though. Keeping
Yeah.
bubble and having a backup bubble is definitely a lot more nicer than not having anything, I'd say.
Oh, it's huge.
But kind of finicking around with getting up to the star coin, falling down again. Not really the best, I'd say.
This section is very hard. It's easy
Yeah.
to mess up. Sorry it made it look easy, but it really isn't.
Yeah, no, it's definitely, especially with nerves of just like being close to the end, can definitely just kick in. And it looks like NM completely forgot to get the wonder effect. Or that was actually faster?
I think it's maybe faster. That's what I do. I don't know if it is actually faster. I think it's probably about the same.
I've actually
but
never
it does
seen
mean that you don't
anyone
have
do
to wait.
this. Nice. I might do that when I come,
Alright,
if I ever come back.
Oh, he's doing the fast strats.
Oh, nice! So NM actually
Let's go,
made
NM.
some significant time. That's very nice.
Yeah.
NM actually
That's a thing
did
of
pop
beauty
off.
there.
Yeah, so Sari is gonna actually be going into the back of Muncher Fields here, which is actually kind of interesting. I think Wonder is kind of the first game to have like two different backgrounds of 2D Mario platforming. I know they do it in Donkey Kong Country, but yeah, definitely interesting to see. I haven't actually remembered the platforming for the back of there, so
Yeah, people don't really ever practice it. So if you aren't able to do it, then, you know, sometimes it's not perfect.
yeah, it's not the best, but
Because we're going to see how NM is able to do it with Bubble, which is significantly faster.
oh yeah,
and another reason why NM might be able to make up even more ground here.
yeah, but we do have World 6, so it's not the end of the. It's not the end yet. NM can still catch up a lot more, but it definitely helps out having Bubble coming up. So
Hunterfield's Wonder section is very, very interesting. Saria did it very well there.
yeah,
But there's a few different kind of strats, I guess,
with the power
for it,
block
and different ways to use it. Yeah.
Yeah, if you use the POW block by picking it up and then throwing it, you can actually destroy the munchers. I don't know where I kind of just literally forgot, even though I just saw it, but it does destroy munchers, so it makes it easy. It's kind of like a 2-second time save. We found out to do it, but it's I don't know if it's that hard, but it is quite a bit annoying if you do mess it up. But yeah, Sari's gonna be making it into World 6. Very nice.
But the nice thing about the beginning of World 6 is there's a break time in there called Item Park, which allows you to get whatever items you want, essentially, and you keep them until after the level, which will mean that runners are able to use basically whatever power-up routing they want. And so that means that even though Saria doesn't have a backup and only has like a mushroom right now, he's still gonna end up with exactly what he needs.
Yeah. It also makes practicing the game a lot more easier because it don't know what Sari is doing now. Gonna be taking a detour out of World 6, but now he's just gonna go back in.
I think he just
probably
forgot. Yeah, I've done that before.
Yeah, but it is actually, that is kind of, I'd say, like very nice time for NM to get back. So, kind of anything that
sure.
Sarias do, even the littlest of things, NM is going to want to take that for sure. But as I was saying, Item Park is the nicest level for players to practice with because this game is kind of brutal with power-ups, as in it's not really more of, you don't have an inventory like in New Super Mario Bros. Wii where you have 99 things. It's really only just that inventory slot where you have. So going into Item Park, grabbing up 2 power-ups, and then leaving right back out is very nice for sure.
Okay, so
Yeah, but with Item Park 2, this leveling can be really annoying if you do mess it
It's
up.
an interesting one. I like it a lot. But yeah, there's definitely some parts there that are easy to mess up.
Yeah, for sure. And it looks, yeah, he's gonna be going for Bubble first, then Elephant. But it does actually kind of mess up. I don't know. But the cycle to actually get one of the power-ups. But definitely
I don't
gonna
know if
want
it
to
really
be taking...
messes it up. It's just a
Oh,
bit
I meant
different.
like right here, yeah.
Yeah,
and then with the
yeah.
drill
Okay, so-
section, but definitely just was actually nice and still made it. But definitely wanted to get intentionally hit there so the drill did not take up his bubble power up. So we could definitely still keep it, and kind of a nice item park, honestly, I'd say. Not too bad.
Yeah, so hopefully, hopefully you're able to see that NM was able to do bubble jumps to completely skip going through the behind section of Muncher
Yeah.
Fields, and then is actually able to get a star power up as well, and it just makes the whole thing a lot faster.
Queso, brother.
So
Ooh,
very, very good Muncher Fields for
tightly
him.
getting over that jump. So both runners not gonna take a death in munchers, which is nice. I've done that before. That's why I was mainly looking out for that part, but
Yeah.
it can definitely be annoying. But going into the flutter jump, I'd say is it, I don't know what to call this badge. I kind of forgot what it's called.
Loading high jump.
Yeah, floating high jump. But yeah, kind of the physics from NSLU. Very kind of an easy level, honestly. It's nothing really too much.
Yeah, there's not really anything to say about it.
Ooh, almost getting
you're
hit there
gonna
though. But sorry. Oh wait, actually intentional damage. But
I have seen that. I'm not sure if it is actually faster or not because you do end up skipping a 10 coin.
yeah, I think he
helpful.
actually skipped 2 of the 10 coins.
Yeah, I
But-
think the first one is definitely slow to get. It's pretty out of the way, but the second
Yeah.
one is very easy. And if you just keep following the platform,
mean the
then
third one,
you'll
okay.
get there. Yeah,
third
yeah.
one. But yeah, but I'd say it's definitely nice to have some extra coins because I was talking about earlier, we gotta pay Poplins to be breaking some rocks for us. It's kind of annoying, but I'm pretty sure the runners are definitely good on coins for sure, I'd say. I'm pretty sure 20 is a good amount to have after this Poplin if you do the same routing stuff.
I honestly don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember too, but I'm
I
hoping
want
they
to get
grow.
the caps. Queso.
We don't
I,
have to
th-
go
I
grab-
think they will be.
Yeah, and it kind of looks like they're in sync right now, but they're in completely different badge houses right now, or not badge houses, but Poplin houses. But yeah, kind of interesting to see how they were in the same almost place. But sorry, just 2 levels ahead of NM right now, and NM going into Item Park. And hopefully he has a clean item park because it can be brutal, as I said, if you mess up. But Rhombus
got-
will kind of the first level that we'll be seeing in really World 6, I'd say. More of the actual platforming and very nice actually from
Yeah, this
Saria.
is very clean.
Yeah.
I'm impressed.
I didn't even like do some of those strats, so I'm definitely impressed.
Yeah.
But yeah, very nice Rhombus. Oh, but and that's not too bad, but kind of messing up ball kicking off of that, but not too bad. And yeah, very nice Rhombus from Saria. And then doing his item park, getting through it. And kind of missing the cheeps not too much though.
Bro just appeared.
And, yeah, simply just going through item park. Ooh, and nice
Clean.
actually. Yeah, very clean. Yeah, definitely all this clean movement from NM is definitely gonna help him out.
Yeah, there's quite a few difficult levels in World 6. This badge challenge that Sari is entering is one of them, I'd say. It's fairly cycle based, and they're gonna try and get all the 10 coins that they can get here,
Yeah.
which can be tricky, especially the last one.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, like even
There's-
just
there's
trying to
a
make
lot
it
of
like
risk here.
optimally fast. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like right here. But it looks like Sari is on the good cycle.
Yep.
So makes it pretty easy. Makes it pretty easy, yeah. I don't know if NM's gonna go for that damage boost strat that Saria did, but definitely just making his way through floating high jump. And it looks like he's gonna not be taking damage and kind of playing it the normal way. And he might be going for this last coin. Oh, yep.
Yep. Fair enough. Makes sense.
Wants to make sure that he's A-okay. And yeah, definitely getting that boost and spin jump badge is definitely helpful for the I'm pretty sure he'll be using it for the Bowser fight, the final fight, which is It's, as Muffin said, it is a rhythmic bass almost, so that'll be nice. And Sorry just performing a beautiful beginning of Rumbus. Very clean.
Queso.
Yeah, he's clearly practiced it.
Yeah. Very nice. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Almost like little to no mistakes right now. Probably spoke too soon. Yeah.
It's a tough Wonder Flower grab.
Yeah, definitely making that optimally fast is tough, but not too bad though. You didn't grab it too slow. Still good.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely wanting to optimally use the speed that you get from some of the slopes here is definitely going to be helpful. Sorry, was trying to use it, looked like. But it can result in the death though sometimes. I have died from trying to go optimally fast here, and it did cost some runs, so
Yeah, it's tricky. But he did a pretty good job.
yeah, not too bad. And then going into run this rule, hopefully we can see some beautiful movement, but okay if not. But it doesn't look too bad already. Definitely playing more of the safer way. But yeah, still a good Rumbus though, for sure. Not losing drill or anything, nothing too bad.
It's the type of level where there's a lot of different strats for just general movement, where a lot of them don't really save or lose any time, and aren't like particularly like risky, I guess. But there is still a lot of deviation.
But going
And
into
I think that was pretty
rods-
obvious.
Yeah, but going into rods, I'd say this level is pretty brutal if you mess up the bubble jumps. But it looks like Sari's not going to be going into drill here. But probably because Bubble's actually fast right now, just realizing.
It is, yeah. You're able to make this fast cycle a lot easier, which he is not going to be
He's
able to
not
do,
gonna do.
unfortunately. But if he had made that wall jump to allow himself to jump, land on that top platform, then he would have gotten a fast cycle, which loses, or it saves a couple seconds.
Yeah, but Sari's going to be easily just going through this level. Ooh, and... Oh, actually, that's probably nice.
Yep.
I did not know about that. But yeah, this Wonder section is now probably the easiest part of the level, I'd say. Nothing really too hard if you have played it, at least. Because these blocks can be pretty annoying as they kind of block your path, but... Ooh, and riskily
Cycle,
going through that tight gap, yeah.
Yeah, that's very tough.
And... yeah, very simple Wonder section from Saria here, and looks like NM's going to be getting out a boost and spin badge very easily. It looked like he made the cycle too.
He did a good job, yeah.
Nice. And looks like Saria's actually kind of kicking up some speed. Playing a lot more riskier and actually executing very nicely, so maybe
He's having a great World 6.
yeah, he really wants to keep the lead on NM, as they're both in the same level almost. Unless NM missed a Wonder Seed?
No, it's because you, oh, maybe. The NM may have forgotten to do, the normal exit for RARs.
Yeah.
Which you don't need to do, but you gain 2 Wonder Seeds from. So
Yeah.
you do basically need to do. I wonder if there is just a different strat that he's gonna do, or if he just forgot. Which is fair enough. I have done that before.
Yeah, I have
I
done
think
that
one of my
before, too.
PBs does it actually. Yeah, it's a pretty unfortunate mistake to make, but it's not really gonna cost him too much. Just a little bit of overworld movement.
Yeah. Is he
Sorry,
gonna have to
in
replay the level
the-
again?
He will have, yes, but like again, you do it twice anyways, so
True, yeah.
he's only done it once. It's really just overall movement.
Yeah, but
Saria did a nice job with the grapple vine.
yeah, I was
badge
about to say, like, that
challenge.
was a very clean grapple vine badge.
Yeah, it's
because
a
it-
tough one to do. It's definitely deceptive. It seems easy to people, I think. And it can maybe be if you're only trying to just get through it, but but once you especially try and you know, make it quick, it can be really tough. There's a few really tight jumps there.
Speaking of tough, we're going into Pull Turn Burn, which I'd say is a pretty tough level, just the platforming section, not the Wonder section, because you do have a lot of fire just around and dropping Buzzy Beetles, so it can definitely be very tight in movement and gaps here to make. But it looks like Saria's just going to make this look like it's another breeze in the day.
Yeah, if I had a nickel for every time someone lost a ton of time and Pull Turn Burn in their PB, I'd be a rich man. Like my PB loses at least 30 seconds here.
Yeah, and
it's very tough.
yeah, I'm honestly kind of jealous of how easy he's performing, but yeah, no bubble jump there. Just gonna quite easily just make it through Pull Turn.
Yes, Yana remembered to go back. Lost drill, but that's okay.
That's not too bad for this level. It's there's definitely a lot more backups for sure, so it's not too bad. But he won't be able to actually miss those spinies and having to slow down there. But yeah.
This Wonder section for Saria is very interesting. There's a few different routes you can go through it, because it is also cycle-based a little bit. This section he's in right now is tough to do well, but he just did. Wow.
Wow.
He's having himself a World 6.
Yeah, he's having a really nice World 6.
That is
but
another tough jump right there.
wow, Saria really put in for sure the practice to make sure he's okay.
Yeah.
But
I'm had a little bit of trouble getting that Wonder Flower, but managed to get it just fine. See
Everyone has a
how
little bit of
Saria
trouble,
handles
for sure.
this. Okay, he's just gonna play it safe. Makes a lot of sense. But you can do a tight bubble jump there to kind of get up there a little bit quicker.
It looks like Saria's not
very
going to be
risky,
going through
though.
the circle there. It's only a little bit faster to go through there, but obviously it's risky with those Piranha plants being in the way. If you kind of miss a jump, if you're too high or too low, you'll get hit. And it's not really the best thing you want, especially at the end of Pull Turn, for sure. Because going after this, I'm pretty sure they just have a little popcorn house and then they go into the palace. Which I'm very excited to see, because the palace can definitely be, I'd say, the run killer. It's very annoying, especially with just one simple jump.
Yep.
But yeah, and then making it out of I'm pretty sure that's Rumbus again. And he'll be going into the grapple Pull Turn as Saria did, so not too bad. Still just
Saria will be entering the Palace of World 6, which is very, very, very hard.
after he
well,
grabs
I guess...
after he grabs this, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realize he didn't get it earlier. There is basically just one really, really tight jump that you need to do that's very risky. So we'll see how safe he plays it. The rest of the level isn't too bad, but it is a big run killer for a lot of people.
Yeah, and it's annoying just because it's like literally just one jump. That's just the hardest part.
Yeah, it's tight. The nice thing is that you can get lots of bubbles in the level, so if you do mess it up, you're able to go for it again. So we'll see how Saria is able to handle it here.
And it looks like he's gonna be just grabbing the pod, because I think he's gonna kill a dry bones right there that spawns. Just kind of like in Palace 2, as we saw the enemies and things be spawning. So he's gonna be playing it a little bit safe, as it looks like. He's not gonna really be wanting to try to die here, but oh no! Looks like he will be taking a death, but he kind of remembered that probably it's faster to not reset there. It's just faster to go like this, since he'll have a backup drill.
Because fortunately, that is a bubble right there.
Yeah.
So.
But now, if he does mess up, unfortunately, he won't be able to have the bubble. But I'm pretty sure Saria learned his mistakes.
He still will, because he'll just.
He just has drill. What am I talking about? Yeah, I'm yapping. I'm sorry. Misinformation. But he's gonna play it a little bit safer, because he doesn't really need to skip with that big of a lead. But he's gonna get sniped by the dry bones right there. Very unfortunate.
Yeah, I think it's completely reasonable for him to have taken that safe there. I believe he can get a bubble right here.
And getting hit by the Buzzy Beetle and Pull Turn, as we saw. It's not the easiest level, unfortunately, but he'll be getting...
it is not.
Yeah, but fortunately there is actually a bubble right in this next room, so not too bad. Not too bad. But yeah.
Yeah, so
I'd
Saria
say-
will want to
Sorry,
be
you-
careful with this bubble because it's going to be very useful for the last few levels.
I wonder
you
if they're gonna
can't get-
switch to Nabbit. Actually, I don't know.
That's a good question. My guess is no, but we'll see. Actually,
Yeah, I think NM will switch to Nabbit as he's I think that's like the only way he learns endgame. That's the only one he learned for endgame, and it's a lot more
Okay.
safer that way. But I don't know about Saria. Saria is the more interesting one because he's kept things kind of private in the shadows with his learning and wonder things. So I'm very interested to see what he does. But yeah, very clean fight it looks like from him.
yeah.
Yeah, and then kind of taking this wonder effect not as fast as he wanted it to be, I bet, but yeah, gonna be making it through though. Gonna be grabbing that wonder seed. Gonna make it out of pull turn, catching up to Saria in 6th Palace. But Saria finishing off the fight pretty nicely, keeping his bubble. Definitely something he wanted. But yeah, throughout.
Oh, and
Oh,
yeah,
and
that's
an
the
unfortunate, yeah.
that's the risk of doing the bubble jump there. Now he already got the wonder seed, so he's not gonna have to do that again.
Yeah, which
But
is
that
nice.
is still
Still
pretty
very
tough
brutal.
way to
But
die.
gets hit by the fire. Saria making that look easy today. I'm actually very surprised that Saria got that. That's actually really risky. But NM trying multiple times not to use his thing, but finally gonna pull back the fire, making sure he makes it through. Skipping the wonder section because he knows he's chilling. But hopefully again we don't see another mess up. We're gonna be playing it safe. But yeah. Nice little pull turn. Unfortunate death. That's alright. Because we still have very brutal endgame, I'd say. Not really
Yep.
for these first 3 levels, but mainly the last one is mainly just the brutal one. Because you can mess up the cycle, as we'll see. Kind of hard to describe, but it's more of it's like actually part of the music of the level once you start up the wonder section.
Yeah, still very tough to actually make these first few levels of I guess we can call it World Bowser. It's not called that, but these next
Yeah.
few levels, there's a lot of ways you can kind of mess it up. It's not
True,
the
yeah.
worst thing in the world because the first couple levels you get lots of bubbles, so if you do screw it up, you can still kind of make it work.
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot that missile
Ashy
meg.
levels.
Yeah, missile meg is actually the first level we're going to be seeing. It actually is probably one of the difficult ones too.
I think so. It makes a lot of use of bubble jumps, and they aren't too tight. Like the ones we've seen before, I'd say in other levels are definitely harder.
Yeah.
But they're still pretty easy to mess up. There's a lot that can go wrong. NM is entering the World 6 Palace, so we'll see how he does. If he's able to get through it without dying, then that'll be yet another way that the two kind of become a
can
little
collide
bit
back
closer.
again. Yeah.
At this point, I think NM's sort of running out of chances to catch up, but it's still like for how Wonder Races usually go, like this is very close. For such a long category, they're both
like
doing really well.
those unfortunately getting hit, but thank God we have a bubble backup right here. But unfortunately, that is probably actually going to be the only one he gets. So if he messes up, he's kind of screwed. But he's going to be going, but
Oh,
dies at the
no.
last pixel almost. Unfortunate from NM. Almost pulling off the skip. So we won't. That is very unfortunate, but looks like Sari's going to be doing some good bubble jumps here.
It's interesting that Saria didn't decide to get a backup bubble.
Yeah,
He'll probably be okay, but
looks like NM's questioning if the level is actually one of the unique things about Wonder is that you can now emote during the levels, which I think is very interesting, but it's mainly only used for online functions, obviously, but You know, in solo playing, you can also do it too, but yeah. So, sorry, having a nice little missile meg here. Gonna be making it way over to the electric level. I kind of forgot what it is. But not really too hard, but this is kind of the main difference. We'll see if he switches to Nabbit or not, but I don't think he's going to, yeah. Oh, he is!
All
So
right,
he will be
interesting.
switching to Nabbit. Nabbit is a lot more easier for these last few levels, I'd say. For sure.
Yeah, I think it does lose a little bit of time because just switching over to Nabbit
Yeah.
takes some time, and then also there are, I think, still strats using Mario where you can save time over Nabbit.
Yeah.
But it just the fact that it's so much safer means that it's
Especially in a
definitely
race,
worth
for
it
sure. You're going to want to use
Zarya,
Nabbit.
yeah.
Yeah, just to secure that you're just going to be making it through. And yeah, not bad. Honestly, not a bad stat.
Curious to see if NM decides to do the same thing when he gets there.
I'm sure he will, just because it is a lot more riskier to play as like Luigi or just like a normal character state because of just dying. Probably you have more chances to like get hit and die, but
Yeah.
it'll definitely be interesting to see. Yeah, but going into this level shouldn't be too difficult as Nabbit, I'm pretty sure. I remember when I played it, I didn't actually even learn it. It was mainly I learned during the run, and it's not all that hard. Just a couple of jumps.
Yep.
Pretty sure he's gonna try to utilize some of the bullet bills to open up some of the sections for him and some of the later rooms, but I might just be wrong.
These seeker bills can be really tough to avoid when you're not Nabbit. Just kind of jumping in between some of them can be really tricky, and a lot of people will use
Ooh.
bubbles to actually kind of kill them.
Sorry, I almost kind of taking it risky right here.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't know. The bubble movement in this level is very cool
Yeah, unfortunately, we won't be able to
because you
get
can
to see
use
it
bubbles
today.
to kill the seeker bills and also hit those flower things.
Yeah,
So it can be really quick.
for sure. Yeah. But yeah, it looks like Sorry is just gonna be normally making it his way through Nabbit. Won't be actually using the seeker bills to his advantage because you can actually make that section just a little bit faster by going up there above. But yeah. Wonder what happened. Okay, that's normal. All right. But yeah. So, pretty sure was a pretty good castle by NM, other than the unfortunate death. But the fight should have been normal. But yeah. Saria now making his way to I'd say the most brutal level to be able to run is Knucklefest.
It's definitely one of the more iconic levels of the game.
Yeah.
We'll see how he does as Nabbit. It definitely makes it a little bit easier, although I think maybe a bit slower because you can do some bubble jumps if you have it to kind of jump over some gaps, but they are very hard.
I'm pretty sure, like, when I was doing it, I mainly did it just because it is a lot more harder and riskier to do it with Mario, so I switched to Nabbit as well for this. But yeah, as you can see here, it's not really the easiest thing because what you were supposed to do is kind of utilize the rhythm of the fists and kind of go before they explode. Not really explode, but destroy those Bowser blocks. So unfortunately, Mario wasn't able to do that.
Yeah,
What?
as Mario, you can do some damage boosts to make it still kind of fast, but the screen would pause every time you take damage, and so that alone does lose a lot of time compared to Nabbit, because obviously he doesn't take damage.
So he just keeps running on through. But it's kind of weird how they still like give Nabbit like a kind of a damage sound effect, but they haven't done that through the other games. But
yeah,
I'm
and then grabbing a bubble.
Yeah.
Yeah, this section is completely insane to watch for the first time.
Yeah.
The strats
definitely
themselves
not
are
more easy.
weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, definitely making sure that he makes this music cycle because I don't know if you guys can hear. I'm pretty sure you guys hear NM's screen, but the those blocks only rise on a certain pattern when it goes like on a certain music cue. I'm horrible at singing, so I'm not gonna try to do it, but hopefully in NM's gameplay, you guys get to see it. But yeah, honestly,
Very
that was
nice
a really
knuckle fest.
very nice knuckle fest to see. Definitely is gonna be getting at least a 215 for this run, or a 216. But yeah, it looks like NM's gonna be going into the next level of Bowser World and switching over to Nabbit. But kind of forgot where Nabbit was for a second. But yeah, so just making it into the last level for Saria. It's gonna be kind of an auto scroller, so we'll kind of shift more of our attention to NM as before. Sorry, I guess the fight, because the fight's probably the only interesting part about this. But
Yeah, I
nothing
think
really
sadly, everyone basically agrees that this final level is a bit of a disappointment, I guess, because it was fun casually, I guess, but it's
Yeah.
all just an auto scroller showcasing various wonder effects that you've gotten over the game. But especially as Nabbit, there's not much risk at all.
Yeah, and it looks like Saria's gonna be spamming Omega Lols all over the screen because with our standees, if you do that, it uses your kind of player profile on the Nintendo Switch to utilize kind of your name, I'd say. Not really utilizing it, but just uses your name, kind of displays it up there. Mainly used for online play with the standees, but not really anything useful for us. And looks like Saria's really happy about his run, alerting us about some things. Not really understanding what the emotes are supposed to mean, but and then going into Seeker Bills for this level, and yeah, kind of just making his way through, missing the pipe right there. Not too bad. Saria questioning. I don't know really what he's questioning, but probably just spamming some emotes.
You'll see that once Saria gets to the boss fight, it is completely based around the music, in the sense that there will be a big beat going on, and the platform that you're standing on will raise, basically shot up during those beats, and if you time your jumps, then you're able
He's
to
playing
hit
that really
the
risky.
fists.
If he was just on that pole thing, he would have been dead. I don't know if you guys saw, but he was doing like multiple crouches, but he almost if he was just a little bit more to the left, he could have taken a death. And pretty sure NM was praying for that, but unfortunately Saria was more of aware, so he was able to finish it out.
Yeah.
Well, not finish it out,
So-
sorry, but
Yeah. So yeah, the boss fight coming up. You're gonna see him trying to time his jumps to hit the fists and then hit Bowser himself. And then, if you time it properly, you can save quite a bit of time. So it'll be really really interesting to see what he's able to do. Because if he does it well enough, I believe he can get just barely a 215. With
Yeah.
this run, which would be very, very good.
But NM going into Knucklefest, definitely going to be interesting to see.
Oh yeah.
And it looks like he's going to be making those Bowser blocks very nicely. Going to be saving him quite a bit of time, but unfortunately messed up on the first one, which it kind of actually does suck. If you mess up even one of them, it kind of screws up the whole cycle. So
Yeah.
it's definitely something you want to just make and get it over with. You're not really worried about, but
All right, Saria entering the boss fight again. There's not really any kind of risk here.
especially
Can
now
be
that
done
he's nabbed.
quickly, but yeah.
But a fun little fact, with Mario, we can actually speed up this fight to be, instead of a 7-minute long segment, can actually be shortened down to at least like 6 minutes and like 50 or 40 seconds.
I think it's 6:48.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It can-
Actually,
but it
yeah,
can-
that is a good point because I forgot that requires being Mario and
Yeah.
having the bubble. So he's not going to be able to get a 2:15 with this run, but still will be good.
Still 2:16 is very nice in a race. No,
Yeah.
Nothing bad. Yeah, but I don't think NM will be able to achieve the 1x as he was hoping for, unfortunately, but I'm sure he's still going to try it out for it. But yeah, nothing really too crazy with this fight that's going to happen. We're just going to see Bowser be spawning in the middle twice, then he's going to take a shift over to the right side, and then he's going to bring it all the way back to the left. It's nothing too crazy, but we really want to utilize destroying these hands as fast as we can. Oh, and it looks like Saria tried to go for an early hit right there, but unfortunately missing it. But not too bad.
Right,
Yeah,
NM
definitely-
is out of Knucklefest, getting ready to join Saria in Rage Stage.
Yeah, definitely a clean Knucklefest from NM. Great job.
And
Definitely
NM
something
should
to
be
be
able
hoped
to
for.
get a 2:21 with this run,
Yeah.
if he does it well.
But yeah, hopefully no unfortunate deaths, because it still can happen, unfortunately, in the auto scroller. So he just has to keep focusing for a little bit longer, and then he can just go into the fight and not really worry about anything. But yeah, this fight is really long, and as Muffin said, we were very disappointed to have a kind of a disappointing fight like this. And it's not really much you do with really anything. You, as Mario,
Yeah.
you would really just dodge these fire piranha notes that are coming from Bowser, and more of just avoid some of the obstacles he has in his way for you. But as Nabbit, it's not really a problem, so it's honestly just a snooze fest.
Yeah,
And-
it's kind of insane that a game this good ends like this, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because I had a decent time with it casually, but I definitely would have preferred something, a bit of a challenge, you know? Even if they made something
Yeah.
like the badge marathon that you get the
That
post
would've been
game.
cool to
If they
see,
made
right?
something like that as the final level, like that'd be insane.
Yeah, or at least like
but they
something to
didn't.
at least do with the badges, like have multiple like I don't know, sequences of fighting Bowser with the badges, like the invisibility one, the flooding, like I don't know. They could have done a lot more creative ideas, but
Yeah,
definitely
there's a lot of
massive
potential
letdown.
there.
Yeah, but it looks like
so-
Sari's going to be finishing out with a 2:16, which is
Yeah, there's about 10 seconds left now.
yeah,
So get ready for that.
yeah.
It's gonna do a bit of a skip here.
Oh,
Oh,
but
and he missed
misses it. Ooh.
Should have another chance.
Oh no.
No, 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 no.
Oh, okay, but
Oh,
he does
nice
actually back
backup.
up.
Wow,
Oh.
okay.
Unfortunate that he's still kind of making
Oh,
mistakes, but
And
is
there we
alright.
go.
getting a nice 2:16.
GG
No.
Saria.
Yeah,
That's a great run
GGs.
for a race.
Yeah, great.
Not easy to play that well in a
Yeah.
Yeah,
reset with lots of people watching. So
Yeah.
very
I
well
think my
done.
biggest regret was not restarting when I got hit in World 3.
Really?
Yeah, because I did World 4 with Bubble primarily, so like Bloop to the Desert Sky, I lost like 20 seconds because I haven't played that level of drill in so long. I was like,
Gotcha.
because I forgot that I needed the bubble very badly for World 3.
Yeah.
Or I was like, oh, okay, you know, I just don't have bubble for the next level. But I'm like, oh wait, World 4 I don't have bubble either, and I was already too late in the level. I was like, do I reset? And I just didn't do it.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
still an incredible run by you, Saria. Definitely nice to see a 1x.
Yeah, I was glad to get a 216. I was really hoping I wouldn't have any massive meltdown in like World 6, but I didn't.
Yeah, you
No,
played
your
in
World
World
6 was
6
actually
was
crazy.
beautiful. Yeah. Other than the unfortunate death in Palace, that was a really good World 6.
Yeah, I had practiced World 6 a lot, and I was a little sad that I missed the cycle because of that. I wall jumped a little too early, but aside from
Yeah.
that, I was pretty happy with how that World 6 went.
But how do we feel about the end of World 5? Like, that was pretty unfortunate.
Yeah,
to do.
I'd like gone, I'd practiced that safe strat that I did so many times that I never missed it once, and then I missed it twice in a row, and I was like, dang.
Yeah.
because I didn't have bubble going into Muncher Field either. So that was also a little. Well,
Yeah,
in the end, I only lost
Ruins
like
is brutal.
not having bubble for Poison Ruins was also really unfun.
Yeah, but you still clutched it out, which is awesome to see.
Yeah, I really wanted to win this, so the fact that I did is very nice.
Definitely made up for yesterday's performance, for sure.
Yes, sir. And I'm the boss fight. Or starting the boss fight, right? I haven't been really watching.
Yeah, he's in the boss fight. He's about like 2 minutes away from being done, or like 3. But yeah, that was a very good run still. Like, your beginning game was not too bad. No really major mistakes. So
It was cool to see how you and NM did things slightly differently, because it kind of helped kind of showcase, I guess, how this game, unlike a lot of other games in the
It's
Mario
very different
series,
in
have
routing.
very different routes. Yeah.
Yeah, I probably should have done the airship like he did before World 4, but I kind of wanted to stay
Well,
on
he
route.
did that
so I don't-
because of he did that because of the bubble.
Yeah, I also lost
Oh.
bubble, so I should have done that. But I was like kind of just
Yeah.
wanted to stay on the route. I was like, I could have done that, but then like, I just kind of feel like staying on the route and losing. You know, so like a little bit bigger of a time loss. I'd rather stay on the route and lose a little bit of time.
No,
Yeah,
that's
and
fair.
still-
I honestly, I don't think I'd ever thought about doing the airship first to get bubble. That's something.
Yeah,
I
but
don't know
unfortunate.
if I've actually seen, but it worked out well for. I guess it would have worked out well. For
Yeah, I was about to say like,
as well.
but unfortunately he did lose the bubbles, so
Yeah.
didn't work
Yeah,
out in his favor.
I was surprised because normally NM has a lot better World 1s than me, but he was behind after this one. Even I was a little interested in the purple coins because I'm pretty sure I had almost as many purple coins as him leaving World 1 despite getting the same or less 10 coins.
Well he went for one more. I know for sure, other than you, because
Yeah,
he went for the third
one
coin.
wall jump badge
Yeah.
thing.
Mhm.
Yeah, I just think he didn't get many any purple coins in Hoppos, and I got like several extra there, so
Yeah.
I made up some on him. And he looks like
I
he's
didn't
on
actually
time.
see which ones they got.
Well, it definitely shows how close a run can be in Wonder in a race. That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't usually have that many extra coins at the end of the run. Usually I'm barely scraping by, but I was able to skip the whole 10 coin and get up the run, so I was happy about that.
Yeah, like you, like just easily played grapple line, and then just I was surprised you honestly skipped the second coin, but definitely was.
I knew I had enough because I was gonna get 10 at the next level, so
Yeah,
that's why I skipped it.
did some quick maths.
Yes, I had 90. I'm like, or I think I had like 70. I'm like, okay, well I'd have to get 110 coin in pull turn burn, so I'm just gonna get 2 in this level, and it worked out, and I saved a little bit of time, thankfully.
Quick maths.
So, and honestly, that might not even save time because I had to go across anyway, but it's not really, I don't really care.
That's all good.
I got through the run without any major mistakes. I mean, Poison Room was really bad, but I only lost like
Is
a
he gonna
minute.
get a 22?
I think he might.
Almost
Yeah.
certainly. I don't think he can get 21 because he still has to get this hit and then the final hit. Actually, no, he has to get 2 more hits.
I think. Oh, unfortunately, so this will be like a 23.
And I don't know about, it'll be close to a 23. It'll be definitely close. It depends on how good he does these final hits.
Yeah, I'll say 23 then. Because it shouldn't be this long between. Actually, I don't know anymore. I don't know. You played the fight pretty good.
I'm gonna be honest. I am
Or you
very
get a boulder.
bad. I think I need to like practice this fight a lot because I
Fight's
still
just
lose
hard
a
to
lot of time.
practice.
Yeah, I have an
Like,
idea of how I can
it's
practice
really
it. but-
tedious. Okay.
Yeah, not too bad. All right, so he's gonna get around like an either high 22 or a low 23.
I don't think he's gonna get 23 unless he chokes right here like I almost did.
Yeah, he should be able to get a 22 here.
Yeah. That was very actually interesting at the end, Saria.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I forgot I had a wall
There
jump
we
there
go.
actually. I thought I could just
Alright,
make
there we
that.
go.
And
Nice
222, 29. Nice job, man.
GG's NM.
GG's and beautiful run again.
GG's.
GG's
Way
NM.
to go.
Honestly,
to
considering I haven't
go.
been playing this game very much recently, I can't be too mad at that.
No.
Hey, but it was a good run. It was a very good run to watch. Very good race too.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun honestly. I think that's my first like Wonder No reset that I had to do. So I'm happy with how it went.
Yeah. You played close to PB. So what is your PB, Saria? Now that
It is
It's all
a,
been
I
done.
believe it's a 2:14:17. I'm not sure about the seconds. So this was like there's like 2.5 minutes behind PB.
it's not too bad. And then
Most of that was World 5, a little bit, actually like half of it World 5, half of it World 4. World 6 I saved a lot of time on my PB, except for the last level, unfortunately.
do you have anything to say about the run of them? Any thoughts about your run?
Kind of mid. I played bad, but I'm excited that I got to participate. It was fun.
W. Yeah, W parents, bro.
The godparents.
Dang, I saved in a minute. Yeah, man.
I'm
No,
all
I
good.
just want to thank you for showcasing this, and
I just
I had a
wanted to
lot of
thank
fun
you.
with this race, and I'm very happy. I'm very happy with how the commentary and the stream went and all that. So thank you guys
Yeah.
all for doing this.
Thank you.
All right, if that's the case, then I think we can move on. We are a little behind schedule, so we're going to be starting our next run, which is the Jack and Daxter Precursor Legacy race between Eddie and Zombie and Drunk House with Eddie commentating. So stay tuned.
Yeah, that sounds
Thank you
tight.